Hello everyone, and peace of Christ to all of you. And today we have a new topic, but it's the same story as usual. And we hope today we will have some Muslims who they are smarter, more intelligent, more knowledgeable, who they can educate us about their amazing cult. Please invite your friends, share the link with everybody you know, and I hope you guys you have a very good time, Christmas time with your family and your friends. And at the same time, you did something good for somebody. It will be a shame that we spend the Christmas, but we did not do one good thing during the Christmas time, like visiting somebody old, someone have no relatives, somebody have no friends, somebody need us. Do good, so the Lord, the good Lord, will remember you. As you see today, the title is about it is He who created for you all things. And you know, first time I did read this verse long time ago. I did read it again because I said to myself, oh, maybe here Muhammad is speaking, talking, and then I check it again and again and again, and no, it's Allah is talking. And it's really weird that this God, when he speak about himself, he say it is he. Allah speaking about himself saying it is he, or this is the author of the Quran, he forgot to switch as usual. No, I never been a Muslim for a second. I am smarter than that. Will take me 2 seconds to find out that Islam is a stupid religion. From the first verse in the Quran. Have you ever heard of a God saying in the name of Allah and he is Allah? In the name of Allah and I am Allah. Imagine I start today my topic with you speaking in the name of Christian Prince. I mean, how crazy is that I am a Christian Prince and I say to you in the name of Christian Prince? My friend, obviously if somebody here taking too much hashish, if this is the first verse in the Quran saying in the name of Allah, what about the second verse? The second verse, thank you Allah. How in the world Allah is talking and he say thank you Allah? I mean, somebody here is really drunk and somebody here is suffering from mental illness. Praise be to Allah. Allah saying praise be to Allah. You ask the Muslim, they say, oh no, here we are praying. My friend, where it says a pray like this, you know, when they ask Jesus how to pray, he says, say this, our Father art of heaven. There's nowhere here it says somebody saying to somebody pray. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Then he continue, praise be to Allah, gracious, the sustainer of the world. Okay, and then he says, repeat again the same what he said in verse number 1. I mean, obviously the one who wrote this verses, he have nothing to say. Why didn't you just say this? Why you are saying it again? We got it. We got it, man. But somebody trying to make up a story. So in the name of Allah. And by the way, here when the Muslim they translate to most gracious, most merciful, this is stupid because those are names of Allah. You cannot translate them. Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim is not most gracious, most merciful. I understand you might translate the meaning, but you don't translate a name. And later we can talk about how the names came to existence. Muhammad, he stole them from somebody else. Now, if you're a Muslim, you'd like to call me, please feel free. Only Muslims for now. You can call me. So, each time I look at this God, I find something funny about him. something funny, something weird, something stupid, you name it. Name for me one chapter is not a stupid and funny. This is a challenge for any Muslim to give me a call right now and choose for me the best chapter in the Quran and challenge me to find you something stupid in that chapter. How about that? Hmm? Any chapter, you name it. You have from 1 to 114. Anyone want to take the challenge? By the way, today I made it a little bit late so we can get a chance for those who work during daytime to be like, I mean, in USA, always we are open earlier. All right. So we want to give the chance for those who back from work to be with us. No problem, Annie. You know, Act 17 is on live on air now. So if anyone guys like to go and watch David Wood, please feel free. It doesn't matter really what channel you go to, as long we are sharing the same, we have the same fight anyway. God is good. You know, when a Muslim he speak about how amazing his Quran, the same second he starts speaking about how amazing his Quran, in my side, in my brain, I say how amazing stupidity is. In other way, I'm saying to myself how amazing how stupid he is. And here we are. Who wanna call us? By the way, Santa Claus brought me nothing. See, I told you Santa Claus is not real. Once a Muslim was debating me. He was saying to me, Christian Prince, do you know that Santa Claus is not real? I said to him, stupid, do you want me to prove to you that he's real? He said, I challenge you. I said, you challenge me, are you sure? And you know, the second I say to a Muslim, are you sure? The Muslim, he will start counting his words again. He say, you know, he said, no, are you sure? The second they hear me saying, are you sure? The Muslim, he will start like taking hashish, sniff some drugs, and did he say, are you sure? That's mean there's something fishy now. You know, he changed the topic right away. You know, well, be my witness. Let us see how many time we want to say, are you sure today? No, actually, Santa Claus is real. Santa Claus is real. He's a real person, exists, and he was a good person, good man, wonderful person. And actually, we wish we can be like him. He made a very good example for mankind how to be charitable and how to take care of children. But the question here, can I trust Muhammad to be Santa Claus for 5 minutes to take selfie for a child with him? After we read that Muhammad, his wife was 6 years old, who of you will let his child in the lap of Muhammad for 2 seconds? We cannot. Same time we say thank God that Santa Claus is not a Muslim, because if he is a Muslim, he will start giving bombs as gifts and knives and guns and suicide vest. So thank God he is not a Muslim. One of the funny things Muslim they say to us that Jesus or Isa he was a Muslim, and then I say to myself, if Isa, this guy Isa, the one Muslims they come with his name, I don't know from where, or let us say they say he is Jesus. If Jesus was a Muslim, how come Jesus did not marry a child? She is 6 years old. How come Jesus was not accused to steal an underwear? How come Jesus did not flirt with the married wife? How come Jesus did not wear a women clothes? How come Jesus did not you know, I mean the madness, Muhammad, oh, everything about him is madness. So how Jesus was a Muslim but he did nothing what Muslims do? Name for me one thing Jesus did, it was Islamic. Like what? Kissing stones? Mwah, black stone? Is that the religion of Abraham? Abraham, he used to kiss stones in the shape of a vagina. So when a Muslim he says that Isa or Jesus was a Muslim, I mean that's funny. How many people Jesus killed? How many women he kidnapped? How many women he raped? How many child he married to? If we can say this is marriage, right? No, it's not about they are stupid, my friend. Sometimes if you are born in such a religion and you are ashamed of it, so what do? You play dumb. You know what I mean? You play stupid. Once I went in a hunting trip, and we shot at the fox, and this is a story I witnessed for it for real. Like, and I hear always the fox is smart, but I never saw it. I did read about it when I was a kid in school, and that the fox is very smart. So one day we went to a hunting trip, and we shot at the fox, and the fox he lay down. And then, you know, one of us went to grab it, and he did not move. He did not move at all until the person he became almost there to grab him from his tail. The second he bent over to grab him, the fox start running away. And now you cannot shoot at him because we have our friends between us and him. So he escaped. So the Muslims, some of them, they are fox. They are smart. And because they are smart, they play dead. Or let us say they play stupid. It is something they are ashamed of, but they cannot get rid of. You know, like it's like a glue. He is born of a family, he is like this, his family is like that, and the punishment is severe if you speak one word against it. So what do you want him to do? Like yesterday, we showed a guy how stupid his prophet saying that if a man have orgasm first, the baby will be a boy, and the women have orgasm first, the baby will be a girl. The guy, he said, so what the problem? We believe it. We believe it. Now, and this is why I hang up on him. I said, there is no point of talking to this guy. He believed it. That's it. I mean, what I will talk about? He believed that if a man have orgasm first, the baby will be a boy. That's it. All right. No, we don't want to talk about Safiya right now. We want to talk about the Quran and the stupidity of the Quran. Who is a Muslim want to give me a call? And I will give you opportunity to name for me a chapter in the Quran which you are proud about. I hope it's a Muslim. I don't think so. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, you hear me?
Hi, yes, Christian Prince?
Yeah, it's me.
Hi, so I'm sorry, I know that you want to give priority to Muslim callers right now, but
right.
I have to go to work and I wanted to ask you a quick question that's kind of relating to the topic, if that's okay with you.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, so I've been wondering your opinion on this. Do you think that Muhammad actually wrote the Quran by himself, like the origins of it? Do you think that he actually intentionally wanted to deceive people, or was it something else? Like, was he like mentally ill, or was he actually planning it from the beginning?
Okay, did you watch the movie? It's called The Love Guru.
No.
No? Okay, you should watch it. It's funny comedy. Okay, and the reason I'm saying that because the story of Muhammad is very close to the Love Guru, except that this guy, he is a specialist in sex, and Muhammad is specialist in sex and God. You know, I will answer you, but in order to answer you towards question, we have to go step by step.
Okay.
You want to stay or you want to hang up?
I can hang up. It's fine.
All right, because you said you
All
want
right.
to go. Maybe you can hear me when you are driving, but be careful.
Yeah, I
Don't
can.
have an accident, okay?
Okay, thank you so
All
much.
right, take care.
All right, bye.
You know, we know that Muhammad, he did fabricate a lot of verses in the Quran, but I believe the Quran, not all of it, written by Muhammad. And the reason for that, I believe, is very simple. You see, if I take a page of Shakespeare and I insert it in my book, people right away they will notice that this is not Christian Prince. There's no way Christian Prince he can write English like this. You know what I mean? So the Quran have some Arabic where it's really good, and have some Arabic which is really so stupid to the point you wonder, like, I wonder how, I wonder why, where this guy is coming with this. I say goodbye. You know, like it cannot be the same person who wrote this and that. And I believe, if you remember the story where Waraqa, when Muhammad supposedly received the inspiration and etc., and his wife, she took him to the first person to tell him the story. It was Waraq ibn Nawfal. And here we notice that the start of Islam started with Waraq ibn Nawfal. Waraq ibn Nawfal was an educated person, and the Muslims present him as one of the cousins of Khadija, and actually he is related to Muhammad too. And I believe that the real father of Muhammad is Waraq ibn Nawfal. Why I believe in that? Because wherever something happened in the childhood of Muhammad, you will find Waraq ibn Nawfal involved with it. As an example, when he lost, they found him with Waraq ibn Nawfal. Anything. Muhammad, he became a prophet. Who is the one who taught him he became prophet? Waraq ibn Nawfal. So Waraq ibn Nawfal is involved in everything. And then we notice here, the Muslim, they say, and this is Sahih al-Bukhari, not my book, saying that Waraq ibn Nawfal, he was Waraq ibn Nawfal bin, which means ibn, which means son of Asad, son of Abdul Uzza, one of the of Allah, of the three daughters of Allah, the son of Qusay. So they belong to one family, him and Muhammad. Waraqa was the son of her paternal uncle, i.e. the father brother, which means who? Khadija, who during the pre-Islamic period become a Christian, and used to write Arabic writing, and he used to write of the gospel in Arabic as much as Allah wished him to write. Now you notice here with me, it says that as much as Allah wished him to write. So this guy was inspired by Allah. He is not doing it by his own, as much it was inspiration from Allah. And what he was writing? He was writing a book in Arabic, which is the gospel, and that is the Quran. If we ask the Muslims, where is this gospel? Here we go. This is in the time of Muhammad. Muhammad was alive, Muslims were alive. Where we can find this gospel which written in Arabic? In the time of Waraqa. The Muslim, they say to us that the gospel was corrupted, but Waraqa is a great man in Islam, and even Muhammad speak of him that he will go to heaven. So Waraqa, the one who founded, or let us say he translated the gospel into Arabic. That's mean there is original book and translation book. So what is the original book he was translating from? Obviously it's going to be one of the three languages: Aramaic, Greek, or Hebrew. Mostly it is an Aramaic, and it can be Greek. I don't think he speaks Hebrew. Some evidence, made us lead us to believe that maybe it was the Greek one. As an example, the Quran speak about the gospel, call it Injil, and Injil is a Greek word. So that will lead us that the one who was translating, either he, mostly he speak Greek, or maybe he speak Aramaic. However, I believe it was mix of both, which mean there is some Greek words involved but the majority was Aramaic. And we can prove that easy. I mean, it's not really hard to prove it, that the majority, the Quran was not written really, the Quran was not written really in Arabic in the beginning. The Quran we have today have nothing to do with the Quran was in the hand of Waraqa before. there is a process of transformation for the Quran. Even the Arabic writing, even the recitation, you hear the Muslim when they recite the Quran, this is the recitation of the gospel in the Aramaic. If you go to any Aramaic church, you will hear how they recite. They recite the whole gospel by singing it. That is not something Islam come with. And let me see if I can show you an example. But the problem, I don't want to use a video of somebody and then they say to me, you know, copyright, etc. Let us see. All right. Ameen. All right. All right. So we showed you here, this is the Aramaic prayer for our Father art of heaven. And as you see, the Aramaic people, when they recite the Bible, they call it qira'ah, and that is Quran. Quran and Qira'ah. I understand, but I'm not like I know a little bit of Aramaic, but but not really much. Uh, Qira'ah. Until now, if you go to any church in the Middle East, they say Qira'ah min kitab Yuhanna, which means reading from the book of Yuhanna. Qira'ah. That is Quran. The Quran was a Qira'ah with recitation, with singing. What he was doing now, it was a Qira'ah. And as you see, Syriac and Aramaic, yeah, they are the same actually, but the Aramaic, there is version of it, like there is an ancient, there's a newer, there's etc. So the Aramaic is stages. There's ancient Aramaic, the same as an ancient Hebrew. Uh, the Quran, most likely, it was a mix of book, or let us say kind of mix between Arabic and other Aramaic and other languages, which came later to be Arabic. This is why when you read Arabic, you're not really a language by itself. It is a language of mix. Some words are Ethiopian, some words are Hebrew, some words are Aramaic, but the majority of it is Aramaic. Like all of you, actually, you speak Aramaic without knowing. Each time you pray, you say Amin. Amin is an Aramaic. This is not a Hebrew. This is not Arabic. This is a pure Aramaic, which means I believe, I agree. All right. There's tons of words we use around us in the world today is Aramaic, including the numbers you see in front of you in the English numbers. They say to you those Arabic numbers. The fact those are not Arabic numbers. Those are Aramaic alphabet and numbers in the same time. The Aramaic alphabet is the numbers in the same time. The Aramaic was one of the most advanced nations ever, and most of mankind, their science and knowledge is involved with the Aramaic language. Let us say in certain time the Aramaic was a major language of knowledge until Islam came and destroyed everything. Now we go back to our topic. If you remember, there is many chapters in the Quran. You don't know even what Muhammad is talking about. As an example, look what the Aramaic is doing. In the beginning of the chapter Al-Baqarah, it says Alif A Lam Mim. If you ask any Muslim what does that mean, everybody will start giving you a guess. What A La Mim? 3 letters. What does that mean? They mean nothing. But for the Aramaic people, it means something. You remember yesterday we showed you the coding about what Kahayas in chapter 19, verse 19, verse number 1. It says Kaha Ya Ayn Sod. Those letters, they are equal to a sentence, same as here, Alif Lam Mim. So Muhammad was obviously copying. Otherwise, if Muhammad was not copying, he should tell us then what this is mean. You know what I mean? Have you ever heard of a prophet? He is delivering a message, but he himself do not know what the message mean, unless he is stealing. No, Muhammad was just copying. He was just copying from the book of Waraqah. This does not exist for no reason. There's a reason for it. But because they don't know what he meant. Didn't know. We ask any Muslim, what does that mean? What Kahiyas mean? What Alif Lam mean? What? There's tons of letters like this in the Quran, and you will notice always they are in the beginning of the chapters, not in the middle, not in the end. It's right away in the beginning. Usually, They put in the beginning of any chapter a title, and that is very normal, right? I mean, even if you writing something, uh, you start with a title, correct? That is the title. But imagine Muhammad, who wrote the title, he do not know what the title mean, and that make it obvious that Muhammad is not a person who knows what he is writing. Otherwise, you are the one who brought the book, but you are the last one to know what the book is talking about. And when a Muslim he says Allah knows best, like if we go right now and see the interpretation for this, let us see. This is the official government website of the Kingdom of Jordan, chapter 2, verse number 1, Tafsir al-Jalalain. Look at this. Alif Lam Mim, God knows best what he means by these letters. Oh boy. Oh boy. I mean, isn't it this is hilarious? Isn't it this is hilarious? They do not know what Alif Lam mean. I mean, what does that mean? Because if you are a thief and you copy the book of somebody else, you will not know. You know what I mean? If I, if you like, I have my books, and then you ask me something you wrote in your book, and then I say I do not know what it's mean. Obviously, you are not the one who wrote the book, correct? Why Muhammad? Why the Muslim did not ask him what does that mean? Why Muhammad do not know? Because he's a thief. And when somebody is a thief, you have no idea what he is copying for you. This is why Muhammad he made a chapter in the Quran saying, or he said in another chapter, that there is verses in the Quran nobody knows what they mean save Allah. Mm. Okay, so what? So why those verses are existed? You know, what is the reason? Like, I mean, you see, if we click at any chapter in the Quran, you will see how stupid this book is. Chapter 3, verse number 7, it says that in this book there is verses nobody knows what they mean save Allah. Nobody knows what they mean save Allah. So why he sent them to us? Oh, the verses there says so those can be deceiving. So Allah he sent us verses to deceive us. Nobody knows what they mean. And those who have a disease in their heart, they will give it their own interpretation. But who is the one who follow the Quran? The Muslims. So why Allah is deceiving the Muslims? Do you see it, guys? What it says? This is not me saying that. We do not know. We believe in it. We do not know what Allah is saying. I never heard of a religion providing a message and the follower of the message, including the prophet of the message, do not know what this mean. And now the Muslims, any verses sound fishy and no Muslim can answer. He says to us, Allah knows best. The Quran says nobody knows what they mean. So he add that verse in this verse. Okay, how many verses? The verses which nobody knows what they mean. Nobody knows. Any verse right now, I ask the Muslim, he find it confusing and he cannot answer. He will say to me, oh, the Quran says to me in chapter 3, verse number 7, there's a lot of verses in the Quran, nobody knows what they mean, save Allah. Thank you very much. Nice to meet you. How this can be a religion? Any Muslim? You know, the Muslims, they have time to explain to us verses which is useless. The ant was speaking to the ants, and the ant, she said to the ant, hide before Sulaimanic ratio. And what is driving me crazy, how the ant, she knew the name of Solomon. Okay, the ant, she is warning the ants because Sulaiman army was going to crush them. How the ant, she knew the name of Solomon? Look, this ant, she used to go to school and she speak Hebrew. The army of Suleiman is coming. The ant, she heard the army, and okay, we got that. Okay, let us say there's an army and you are an ant, and now you see an army is coming, and now you are telling the ants to hide. But how she know that this is Suleiman? Look like Suleiman was very famous between the ants. I mean, if I talk about stupidity, obviously here Muhammad, those verses is the fiction of Muhammad himself, not Waraqa. I believe this is the act of Muhammad. This is why they are silly and stupid. Muhammad, he heard the stories from the Jews, and those stories he liked them, and he believed they are true. You see, if you go in the Talmud, if you go in the there's books which is written by the Jews, which is funny and stupid. You know, we don't believe in it. Have nothing to do with the. For us, we believe only in the Old Testament. Otherwise, the Jews, they have a library huge of stupidity. And Muhammad, he copied tons of the legions of the Jews, and this is one of them. The Jews, they used to teach their children's stories about the glorious David and the glorious Suleiman, and all those stories are full with stupid fairy tale stories. Suleiman, he used to have a flying carpet. Suleiman, he used to have an army of a chicken, army of birds, army of everything, a genie, I mean, you name it. Muhammad, he heard those stories, he liked it. And then look, and before Solomon were marshaled the host of jinn and men and birds. Have you ever heard of this? By the way, Trump right now is in Iraq. The first brigade arrived to Iraq, which is in charge of security. It was the chicken. Have you ever heard of a king? He have an army of birds. And genie and the human being. I'm not attacking Jews, my friend. I'm stating a fact. You get offended? What does it have to do about attacking the Jews? I mean, why people they cannot take it? If I say so, the Jews are what? Like they are God? We cannot speak about them. They have tons of stupid stories. So what if they are Jews? It's a red line for you. It's not red line for me. And Muhammad, he copied tons of those stupid stories from the Jews. There's a book you can go and download from the internet. It's for free. It's called The Legions of the Jews. Download it. Written by a Jew. Full of stories about the legions of the Jews. It's a legions, fairy tale stories. This is one of them. This is one of them. Muhammad, he hear the Jews, they say something, Muhammad, he believe it. As long as the Jews are saying that, must be true, because those are the people of the book. They are expert. He is a thief. He is just a clown, or let us say he's a clown. He is an imposter. So the Jews are the people of the book, and whatever they say must be true, because they are, you know, they have the rabbis, they have them. Come on, there's no way they are lying. So Muhammad, he take whatever the Jews they say into consideration as a true story. And right away the story will be transformed by the power of Allah into a true story in the Quran. And this is exactly what happened to Muhammad. He heard the Jews, he took the story, he put in his Quran. And now look how funny the story. So in the front of Solomon, his host, of birds and genie and mankind. And then at length, when he came to the lowly valley of the ants, there's a valley, it's called the Valley of the Ants. Is that the United States of Ants? There's a valley, nobody lived there except ants. It's called the Valley of the Ants. Yeah, in the Middle East, you know, we don't separate things, like we don't mix things. We have a valley for the ants, we have a valley for cockroaches, we have a valley for mosquitoes, we have valley for you name it. I mean, it's very well organized. The Valley of the Ants. Actually, I contacted National Geographic or Google Map to add this to the map because I found the location. It was the window of my neighbor. So when he arrived to the Valley of the Ants, okay, what happened? One of the ants said, I mean, look at this. There's like 1 trillion billion ant, but Suleiman, he heard only one of them. Look how unique his reception is. One of the ants. Like the ants are like, by the way, ants are deaf and they are mute. They don't talk. They communicate, yes, but they don't talk. All creatures, they have a communication method, but they don't talk. And here the Quran shows us a stupid story. So one of the ants, the question, why Solomon, he was able to hear only one ant? What about the rest? What was the rest was doing? Only one ant was talking. That's it. Or maybe this is the only talking ant. And later I saw Muslims, they have an article about this because they say this is a miracle. Why? They said here in Arabic it says, when he arrived to the valley of the ant, one ant, and it says in Arabic namla, and namla in Arabic it's a female word. And they say the scientists discover that the guardian ants are females. And I was laughing like unbelievable, because in Arabic when we speak about insect like ant, we don't have male. All of them we call them namla, as long it is one. So it's male or female, we call it namla. But because you do not know, it's the word is a female. The word itself is a female, not the object. As an example, when we say table in Arabic, tawila, the tawila is mu'annath, female. But the tawila, the table, is not a female. Have you ever heard of the table have a vagina? So this is not about the object is a female. It's about the word itself. So we have word in Arabic which is mudhakkar or mu'annath, which mean either male or female, and sometimes it can be both for the same word. In the case of ants, when we say one ant, always come as a female. And the Muslim, they made a story of it. They say, see, for sure this is very stupid story even to mention. And here we notice that the ant, she said to the ants, get into your habitation unless Suleiman or Solomon is going to crush you. How she knew the name of Solomon? Any Muslim? Suleiman is a prophet, I got it. Allah, he gave him the ability to speak many languages, including, by the way, the Quran says that Allah, he taught Suleiman the language of the birds. Yet how Suleiman is speaking the language of the ants? I mean, imagine I teach you the language of the goat, but you speak the language of ants. So we will let it go. Suleiman, he speak languages, he hear all kind of things. He have a big ears, he can hear anything. Okay, but how the ant, she knew the name of Solomon? And you will see that Sulaiman smiled when he was amused at her speech. So the Quran confirmed that it is a speech. But ants don't talk. Ants, they communicate in two ways: vibration or chemical. There's no talk. And the funny is that Sulaiman, he heard the ant in their language, but he understand the ant in his language. And because Allah, he found this story is so important, he decided to put it for us in a book. Let me make it simple for you, for the fool, the one who is slow. For sure, not all of you are slow, but there is some, they are very slow. Let us say I am God, and then there is a guy, his name Potato. He was walking in the valley of Tomato, and then he heard an ant, she saying to the other ant, hide, otherwise Potato is going to destroy you. Why this story is amazing to Allah to write it down for us? What is special about it? Are you getting my point? Allah, the God who supposedly who created the galaxies, he have stars, he have I mean, look at this world, how amazing it is. The earth is not even a dust, and now this God is so interested in a speech of an ant. Allah start writing down. Hold on. What the ant she said? What the ant she said? The ant in the day of etc. Suleiman was in the valley. Allah became a historian now, and he wanna tell us the history about a speech of an ant. This ant enter history, and now every Abdul in the world he recite the song of the ant. Until the alive to the ant valley, and the ant she said, enter home. They answer, let us go, Suleiman will destroy us. La 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 la. I mean, this is so much, man. The God of Islam, he is reporting for us this amazing story. What is special about this story? You see, the God of Islam, he have no time to write for us what happened to Jesus. As an example, the crucifixion of Jesus, which is the most debated issue between Christianity and Islam, the Quran speak about it only one verse. Allah have no time to tell us what happened to Jesus, but Allah has time to tell us Suleiman was walking in the valley of the ants, and one of the ants she said to the other ants, you better hide, otherwise Suleiman will crush you. And Suleiman, he smiled, amused about his speech. And then Suleiman, he said, oh Lord, thank you Allah, thank you brother, thank you Allah, thank you, because you taught me the language of the ants. But Allah did not teach you the language of the ants. Any Muslim here between the bushes can tell me how Suleiman he understood the language of the ants if Allah taught him only the language of the birds? Anyone? Any Abdul? If we go in the Quran, you will see in different verse it says the following, just to show you the stupidity of this Quran, and just to show you that the one who wrote the book is not mature. He's a kid. All right. In chapter 17, verse number 27, sorry, verse number 16, it says, and Solomon was David higher. He said, oh ye people, etc., etc., etc. Okay, and then you know, the story continue, and then we find out that Allah, he taught him the language of the birds, not the language of the ants. Any Muslim have a comment? Anyone? Who is a Muslim have a comment? How he taught him the language of the birds, yet he is learning the language of the ants. We have been taught the speech of the birds. Do your God Allah consider ants as birds? Muslims? Hello? Are they birds? So as you see, whatever we read here, it's funny, it's stupid. And if you go down a few verses, you will die laughing. Solomon, he go down in his down from his palace to check his army, and he found one bird is missing. One bird is missing. Who is this bird? Al-Hudhud. Let me show you the Hudhud. Al-Hudhud. This is the Hudhud. Suleiman, he have a very special colonel in his army. His name is Al-Hudhud. Small tiny bird, beautiful bird, by the way. And this bird live in the desert, but he's a small tiny one, but yet he is very important in the religion of Islam. Why? Because Muhammad, he heard the stories from the Jews about Suleiman and the Hudhud. Here we go, the Muslim, they put it even the Hudhud for you with the Quran. What do you want more? Look how beautiful it is. Hudhud, Quran, perfect. Suleiman, he checked in his army and he found Colonel Hudhud is missing. So Suleiman, he said, if he don't give me an excuse, I'm going to make him barbecue. I will slaughter him. And this is how it to be as a strong king. See how he scared the hell of his birds? How dare you, Mr. Bird, to leave without permission of the King Solomon? Any Muslim have a comment? Is that a true story? Obviously, it's true story. If Muhammad says so, I mean, what we can say? So Muhammad, he says here, Allah, sorry. After Suleiman, he was amused with the speech of the bird of the ant. Sorry, he continued walking, and then one day he checked off his army, and he did not find General Hudhud, which is like one of the brigade, like there's chicken, ducks. This is the Hudhud is not there, and he said to himself, and he took a muster of the birds, and he said, why? Why is it I see not the Hoopoe, or he is among the absents, the absents? I mean, look at this army, man. This king, he check every bird every day. He have an army of birds. If one of them is missing, he take his name right away. You see how tough this king is? Every day he go and check who is absent and who is not. And now he found that this bird is missing. Imagine the disaster. And look what the king said. Solomon, I will certainly punish him a severe penalty or execute him. Oh boy, man, did he say execute him? Unless he bring me a clear reason. I mean, who is of you is good to make a cartoon? Can you find me better cartoon than this? A king who is controlling a huge kingdom, he found one of his birds is missing, and now he is asking the bird to give an excuse. Now the bird came back and he said to Suleiman, Suleiman said, what? No way. Oh, wow. How this happen? He just told him, I found a woman. She have a throne made of gold and silver and jewelries. And she's so beautiful, so sexy. And she have no hair in her legs. Is that true, Muslims, or I'm making things up? Yeah, because not to have hair in her legs is very important. Our women in the Middle East, they are very hairy. That's why our females in the Middle East, if they don't shave their mustache for 2 days, they will have a beard. So it was a big problem for Suleiman to find a woman she have no hair. It was impossible at that time. All of us Middle Eastern, we used to look like monkeys one day. True story. Sahih Bukhari. Me myself, actually, once I was kicked out of the swimming pool, and they said to me, sir, you cannot swim with your clothes. I said, this is wearing your fur. I mean, they thought I'm jumping with my coat. I said, this is my hair, you idiot. I'm not wearing any clothes. And this is true story, by the way. Sahih Bukhari. Ani Abdul? Ramadan? Yeah, tomorrow I will make a video for this Ramadan. He will be very sorry. Just wait. Ramadan. The funny about those guys who keep saying Christian Prince is lying, Christian Prince, they don't even dare to call him. Why you don't call me and show everybody and we read together? What is this? He's a liar. He's a liar. He's a liar. Oh boy. Do we have any brave Muslim would like to call me? Our Skype is open, and you are the one Muslims are scared to open your Skype, so we can't call you. I called the Deen show many times, and they refused to let me go through. We asked for Zakir Naik number, they refused to let me go through. We asked Shabir Ali to debate me. In the beginning he accept, and then he regret. He said he's busy with his PhD, and that was long time ago. And since then he is busy. Even Zakir Naik, we said we spoke to his Facebook page. They said you have to bring with you 2,000 people, and they have to come with you to Bangladesh or somewhere. I mean, they are trying to find all kind of stupid excuses. We challenged Hijab and his nurse Ali Dawa, and he said to I accept. And then second day he made a video, says I will not debate Christian Prince. Who name for me one person of them he dared to debate me. He will go, my Skype is open, call me and get me busted. You see, you have my books, you say my books is full of lies, and the funny, they say they found in my book only 2 lies. That means the rest of the book is a disaster. You know what I'm saying? They say in my books there's 2 lies, and the lies is what the Muslims saying. The Muslims saying lies about Muhammad, not me. If there is 2 lies in my books, it's mean your prophet is the worst prophet ever. What about the rest of 300 pages? They are true. Anyway, do we have any Abdul would like to call us? So if we if we take a little look at the Quran, we will find that there is no way that this is a book written by God. I mean, what kind of God? This God here have nothing to do. This God, he have no dishes to wash, he have no show to watch, he have nothing to worry about. This God is somebody sitting in the beach in Hawaii, and he is very bored, and he is decide to write for us children cartoon. Ask yourself, Muslims, can you really believe that this is God talking here? Anyone? Nightmare in the chat. Nightmare, hold on. If he's in the chat, let me see. Is he in the chat? Let me call him just for fun. Is he in the chat? I don't see him online. See what happened when we are like desperately trying to find a Muslim? Let us see. I'm calling him Nightmare if he's online. I don't know. Is he online? I don't know. He's not answering. Okay, call me if you are online, Nightmare. Do we have any Muslim would like to call? Anyone? All right, all right. Do we have any Muslim would like to call us? How this book can be a book of God? What is the job of your God? I mean, he have nothing to do in life. That's it. Is busy now to report for us a story of a bird is missing of Suleiman. And this bird, his qualification is to find women who have no hair in their legs. Anyone? No Muslim? Okay, we continue anyway. So if you take any chapter in the Quran, you will find that all of them, they are really stupid and really mad, and there is no way that this is words written by God. And yet the Muslim, they say to us, this is amazing Quran. Nobody can write Quran like this. Nobody can write Quran like this. The Arab, they were saying to Muhammad, this is a stupid book, and the Muslim, they say to you, nobody can write a book like this. Imagine if I today announce myself a prophet and come to the Muslims and say to them, I was walking in the valley of the cockroaches, and one of the cockroaches says to the other cockroaches, hide, otherwise a Christian prince will crush you. I heard the cockroach and I was amused or amazed with his speech. If I make a video says that, what the Muslim will say about me? How many of them they will call me crazy, liar, stupid, mad, see a doctor, etc. How this story here is accepted just because it's in the Quran? Any Abdul? Anyone? The story in front of us, the story of Suleiman, the chapter of the end. Actually, in the chapter of the end, as long we are here, we can go to the chapter, the same chapter, verse number 82. In verse number 82, here we have a very exciting story about a beast. It's called a Jassasa. Have you ever heard of it before? Al Jassasa? Who knows what a Jassasa is? Anyone knows? What is a Jassasa? Who is a Muslim want to give us a call and tell us what is a Jassasa? A Jassasa simply is a beast, and this beast will teach us Quran. It says in Arabic, إذا وقع القول عليهم أخرجنا لهم دابة من الأرض تكلمهم أن الناس كانوا بآياتنا لا يوقنون. So this beast will come from the ground and is going to teach us how to behave and to show us how amazing the Quran is, and is going to have the staff of Moses and the ring of Solomon. And this Jassasa is going to hit us in our face. So all the Christians, the Jews, the Hindus, the Buddhists, the atheists, they will turn black, because this is a punishment from Allah. Allah, He punished people by making them black, and those who they are Muslims, Allah will make them white. Now some Muslim will say this is a lie. Let us see if it's a lie or not. We will go to the most authentic lying book ever, Ibn Kathir, which is made to defend Islam. This is chapter 27, and this is verse 82. Read carefully. And by the way, Ibn Kathir in English is totally different from Ibn Kathir in Arabic, as usual. They lie in the translation. The beast emerged from the earth. This beast, which will emerge at the end of the time, when mankind has become corrupt and neglected the command of Allah, and they change true religion. Allah will cause the beast to emerge from the earth. It was said that it will be brought from Mecca. The beast will come from Mecca. That's amazing. Or from other somewhere else, as we shall discuss below. Let us see. Let us go to the important part of the story. Read with me. The beast will emerge from the earth, and with it will be the staff of Moses and the ring of Suleiman, which means Solomon. Peace be upon both. It will strike the nose of the disbeliever with the staff, and it will make the face of the believer bright with the ring. As it doesn't say bright, it says it will make it shining white. Okay. Until when people gather to eat, they will be able to recognize the believers from disbelievers. So how they will recognize? From the face looking. And here he continue. It will strike the nose of the disbeliever with the ring, and it will make the face of the believer, the believer, bright with the staff, until the people gather to the meal, and they will say one to another, "O believer, O disbeliever." You see, until now, the word white and black is not mentioned in the translation. Why? In order to deceive you. However, you will notice here that they could not hide it no more. It says here, it will bring out with it the staff of Moses and the ring of Suleiman. There will be no believer left without making a white spot on his face, which will spread until his face shining white as a result. See, it's about being white, not shining. So it will be extremely white. This is what shining here presents supposedly. And there will be no disbeliever left without making a black spot in his face, which will spread until his face black as a result. Do you see it? Any Muslim have a comment? So anyone who don't believe in Allah, Allah will punish him and will make him black. And the Muslim, they say to us that Islam respect black people. As you see here, the Muslim teaching the Muslims that being a black is a penalty for being a disbeliever, for being bad, for being a sinner, and being white is a reward for being a Muslim, for praying to Allah, because you will go to heaven. And that is a preparing everyone to go where he belongs, which means here the Jassasa or the beast prepare all mankind who they are turned white to be ready to go to heaven, for only white can enter heaven. And all those who they are black, he is preparing them to enter hell, for all black people according to the Quran will enter hell. And the Muslim, they love to deny, and they say, oh, did you hear about the sermon of the Prophet? Did you hear about the sermon of the Prophet? My friend, there's no way that the sermon of the Prophet is true. It cannot be, because that will contradict everything in Islam. The Quran says, يَوْمَ تَسْوَدُّ وُجُوهُ وَتَبْيَضُّ وُجُوهُ. The day faces will be white and faces will be black. And this is exactly what is in Ibn Kathir. Chapter 3, verse number 106. The Muslim in their translation, look what they say. Most of them actually, they even don't put the word white or black there. They hide it. The day which faces will turn white and faces will turn black. What day is that? That is the same day mentioned about a Jassasa, as we showed you, where the beast will come and will turn every face between the black and white, depending of your belief. So if you are a believer, you will turn to be white. If you are a disbeliever, Allah will make you black. Do we have any Muslim? And remember, Muhammad, he did not hide his racism to black color, to the point he said that Shaitan, the one who will destroy the Kaaba or try to destroy the Kaaba, let us see. Yeah, I will try to find you the hadith. About the Ethiopian. Let us see. Let us see here. Sometime this website is not easy to find what you are looking for, but I'm not going to mention it and not show it, because the Muslim, they will say, is making things up. You know them. You know what I mean? If we don't show it, they will say he's making things up. Okay. Maybe now. All right. You see it? The one who will destroy the Kaaba, according to Muhammad, is a man from Ethiopia, and he is black, and that because he is the devil. And you will notice here Muhammad, he is making fun of his look because he is a black man, and he is making fun of his legs and his shape. So he called him Dhu Suwayqatain, the man with the funny chunks, small chunks, funny chunks. Do you see it? Literally, the one with 2 lane legs. He is from Ethiopia, will demolish the Kaaba. Any Muslim have a comment? Any Muslim has any comment? This is a weak hadith. This is Sahih Bukhari. What weak hadith? Any story we find it in Islamic books, it's a weak hadith right away. This is Sahih Bukhari, my friend. What weak hadith? Don't you see? Sahih Bukhari, Sahih Muslim. I hope this Ethiopian guy will come soon. And Abdul, and not to not to forget to mention that Muhammad, he said that any black animal should be killed. Any animal which is a pure black must be killed. And this is an example of killing the dogs. Why? Because if the dog is a pure black, we have to kill him. I challenge any Muslim to tell me why. No, not only the dogs. Any it says a bahim. Bahim in Arabic it means any pure black. Any pure black animal should be killed. Pure black. And Muhammad, he claimed that the pure black one is the devil. Anyone? Bahim, Bahim have many meaning. It can come as an animal, and it can come as a pure of something. Let's say a plane, plane. So animals, they don't have a brain, suppose, so they are plain, but here it's about color. So Aswadun Bahim, it's a pure black. This is why you see here it says kill of it the one who it's all black. Aswad and Bahim. Bahim is all, Aswad is black. And I challenge any Muslim to explain to me what is the purpose of killing a black dog. I mean, is that a wisdom of God? Is it true that a black dog is a shaitan? In different hadith, they asked Muhammad why we should kill the black dog. He explained why. He said the black dog. They asked him, what is the difference between a white dog or yellow dog? What is different? He said the black dog is the devil. I said, oh Abu Dhar, what feature is there the black dog which distinguish it from the red dog or yellow dog? He said, oh my son, the son of my brother, I ask Messenger of Allah same as you asked me, which means the same question. He said the black dog is a devil. How clear we can make it more than this? This religion believes that just because you are black, you are a devil. Any Muslim have a comment? This is, this is a God teaching, and this God is teaching us that a black dog is a devil. What you can do, that's it. And now if you are a black dog who live in the Middle East, you are a very unlucky dog. Even when the shaitan, he throws satanic verses, as the Muslims, they say it's a lie, they try to defend it, you will see that the shaitan, he came to him in the image of Jibreel, which was a white angel. So shaitan himself is a black by nature. Let's see if we can find. No, we cannot find it here, but we can find it in different place for sure. All right. This is Tafsir al-Baghawi, variant number 5. And here you will see this is for the interpretation of Muhammad receiving satanic verses. You will see that Muhammad here, he recite that the 3 daughters of Allah, their recitation, their intercession is a must. And when Quraysh, they heard this, they were so happy when he heard that, saying that in his Quran. And then when he finished reciting, he bowed down, and all the believers and disbeliever bowed down with him. Now here the Muslim try to explain what happened to Muhammad, and they say the following. Let us see. Where is the Abiyad? Here we go. At the end of the page. And it said that there is a shaitan, his name is the white. يقال له أبيض. He is the one who did that. Now let us see how the shaitan, why the shaitan is called white, but he is not white. Simply what happened, the shaitan, he came to him in the image of Gabriel. Gabriel, which is the angel who provide Muhammad the Quran. So the shaitan, he came in the image of Jibreel, as you see. And by the way, this is agreed upon by Shia and by Sunni. If we go here, This is at Tafsir al-Kabir by Al-Razi. It says the following. It says, قال ابن عباس إن شيطانا يقال له الأبيض أتاه على صورة جبريل. That a shaitan is called the white. Al-Abyad mean the white. He came in the image of Jibreel alayhi salam. So the shaitan was called the white not because he's white, but because he can clone the whitening and the image of Jibreel. So he came to Muhammad in the image of Jibreel, which is a white angel, and that made Muhammad believe that he is an angel, not a shaitan. And you will see then, and later Gabriel or Jibreel came to Muhammad and he told him, I did not say that to you, and I did not bring this to you. Who is the one who gave you this? And this is why the satanic verses, Allah, he said supposedly Allah will delete whatever shaitan he throw in the mouth of Muhammad. By the way, tomorrow I'm going to make a video to answer those people in German, because finally they add subtitle for their videos in English, which will make us be able to understand what they are saying and get them busted. So tomorrow I will make a video, but I will make it in the other account, Christian Prince. The one is called the Christian Prince. Do we have any Muslim here when I call us? Until now, we did not see one place in this book, it's called the Quran, to be qualified to be even good for children. I mean, this is a stupid book. Nothing there but full of fairy tale stories. Any Muslim? And you know, here, if the Muslim want to say to us that Allah, he did that so he will be recognized, we will be recognized by our color. I mean, you see, Jesus said, you shall know them from their fruits. From their fruits you shall know them, not from their color. Why color should be involved to know a person if he is good or bad? And why the black color is for the bad ones and the white color for the good one? All right, my friend from Indonesia, good for you. Any Muslim can tell us? What is the point? I mean, a bad person can be white or can be black. Who cares? I mean, what does have to do with being good or bad? If you remember, let me see if I can find where Muhammad, he said, hello?
Hello, Christian Prince.
Yes.
So, like, I'm not a Muslim.
You are not a Muslim?
Yes, I'm an atheist.
Okay.
So, like, I like to ask you one question. Like, according to Bible.
But before you ask me, what do you think about Muhammad, my friend? As long you're an atheist.
Yes, Muhammad, I think he was a political reformer.
He was what?
A political reformer.
Yeah, but what do you think about him? Is he a false prophet, liar, or what?
Yes, of course, every prophet is false, according to me. Like,
okay, what about the Bible?
The Bible, like, according to Bible, like, how old is the planet Earth?
I don't know. What do you think? How old?
Well, I don't know. That's why I'm asking you, because like what I heard, like from my research from internet. So it says like it's about 6,000 years old. So like somebody have like draw a line of the a line of the the I think Adam.
Okay.
So,
Let me ask you. Let me ask you. What is the older writing a human being like until now we found for a human being? What is the older writing?
But if you talk about the cave art, then it's like probably the million years.
Million? I never saw such a thing. I don't know. I'm saying, can you show me a writing of a human being? What is the older writing? And where is this a human being you are talking about exist a million years ago?
But
Let me tell you, my friend. First of all, you as an atheist and me as a believer, we have nothing to debate about, because simply you believe in theories and you call it science, but in fact it's not a science really. It's as much as a theory. And I'll explain to you as an example. When they measure the age of the earth, what they do? Have you ever heard of the method of the salt in the sea? As an example, the salt of the sea. Have you ever heard of it? The salt.
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Yes.
What is the salt of the sea method or science? They say, well, we have etc amount of water and etc amount of salt, and every year the sea will add etc amount of salt a year, and then by this we can divide the amount of salt to and we can find the missing number of the years. But this is stupid. Why? I will give an example. If we have a swimming pool, and we open a faucet, and the faucet is dropping, let us say 100 drop of water a minute, and then we measure how long this swimming pool will take, and then will take us to see even the size of the swimming pool, or vice versa, which means we can find the date. If we have the size of the swimming pool but we don't have the time, we can simply calculate how many drop of water a minute, and then how long it took the swimming pool to fill and how big it is, and then we will be able to find how many days it took to fill up the swimming pool. But this is if you assume that the faucet is dropping exactly like same amount of water, correct? And never changed. It was like a faucet. So this is not scientifically correct, because now the temperature of the earth is etc. If one volcano explode, just one, the whole earth temperature can change over a second. So we are assuming that nothing changed in this earth for a long time, and we are trying to apply a method which is very funny, that based on it we can calculate the dates. But who said that this is true? As an example, sometime there is a new, and actually always it happened, there's a new islands, they appear suddenly, they appear on top of the earth. Nobody can even claim it. In the middle of the ocean they appear, and there's many islands disappear. So if you wanna calculate what happened to the earth by the random movement of the ground and how many islands appear, and now that is stupid of us, because it might happen that in certain time thousands of islands appear and thousands of islands disappear. So we cannot take it as a random unless we are witnessing for real witnessing. Same as they do for what they call the Big Bang. What is the Big Bang? Can you explain to me?
It's like a huge explosion.
Okay, explosion of what?
It's like it was nothing, and then like there was a bang, and then
okay, my friend, how there is nothing but explosion happened? I mean, nothing explode?
Of course, like it's a paradox. Like people don't know what, like, still
see, but look at this funny science. We do not know what explode, but there was nothing. The second you say there is something explode, you just destroy your theory, because you just say there's something explode. If there's nothing to explode, how anything will explode? Either there's nothing or there is something. If there is something or there's nothing.
Bishop, is like, I don't want to talk like about those things, because I don't have knowledge about those things, and also like science don't answer everything like the religion. So but what we know about, like, based on fact.
Yeah, let me answer. No problem. Let me hang up on you. Okay, I get your question. I will answer you. I got you. Thank you very much. Okay, first of all, the Bible is not meant to be a scientific book, and there is no way that God, he explained to us how he created the world in few lines. Because if I want to write for you how the eye is created, just an eye or a mosquito, maybe I need thousands of pages. You see, when somebody he study, let us say he want to be an eye doctor, he have to read thousands and thousands of pages. All of it written is just about the function and the design of the eye. So thousands of pages written just to describe it. What about creating it? So simply when the Bible speaks about creation, God is not telling us really how he created. He's just telling us simple story. This is how things I brought to you. I am powerful and I do things. Otherwise, this is not a book of science and never meant to be a book of science. Do you think that God really he created the earth and the heaven like this? I mean, that's it. I mean, in a very simple story, if you want to write for us how he created the galaxies, then we need to receive billions of books, and we will spend our life and generation after generation. We will not be able to finish the first maybe shelf of books God he will give us to about how, what he create and how he create. So our book simply present to us God and what God can do, but is not presenting to us science and details. Otherwise, this is useless. We cannot even comprehend. Until now, your science is the most stupid science. You see, I don't believe really there is a science, even though like I can say like science discover like simple facts, yes, like how the baby is generated, how etc. But science until now is stupid. People are dying from AIDS, people are dying from cancer, people are dying, you know. Many years ago I lost my voice because I was drinking too much coffee. I never went to hospital. I'm always healthy. And the doctors, they start giving me medicine to try things on me, and they tell you this medicine, if you take it, you might have a heart problem, you might have, you know, the side effect. Right now, go to any medicine you buy and see how many side effect it is. So in order just to fix what is the sound, the problem with the sound, which was just a coffee, I stopped drinking coffee and my sound became wonderful as before. It was allergy from the coffee. I'm drinking coffee too much. Not one of the stupid doctors with all their technology was able to ask me what you drink today before you go, before this happened, before you feel your throat is hurting you. Nobody asked me. I noticed by myself. I noticed when I drink coffee, this has happened. So they give you a medicine, and then the medicine will fix one thing in your health problem, but will create 1,000 things. It might cause death. Go and listen to any commercial. I wish I can play for you some of them. You will see how stupid it is. And right away in the commercial, when you hear it, right away they start speaking fast about what will happen to you if you take this medication. This medicine might cause an internal bleeding, a brain tumor, a heart attack, a headache, suddenly death, blah, 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 blah. And the point is not to have headache. So I will take little medicine to stop my headache, but it's going to cause my blood to have a clot. I will have a heart attack. I will have a brain damage, and I will have liver failure, and I will have internal bleeding. On all of this, just to tell me I will stop your headache. What is the science? Where is your science? You don't have science. What we have is a random practice of medicine. We call it science of medicine, which means let us try this and see what will happen with him. If it was successful, we call it drugs. And then when we practice it, we know that there's side effect. Then the side effect, we call it, okay, this is a must. You have no choice. It comes with it. And sometimes the side effect is more dangerous than the disease itself. So when we speak about science, there is something I can accept to be considered as a random discovery, which means after trying and etc. and have involved with technology, but there's no proof of the rest. It's just a theory. As long as it's a theory, it's a theory. You see, as long as scientists, they discover how the Big Bang happened. Okay, create a new Earth. Make a Big Bang for us. Create a human being. with all the technology you have, and why you are using DNA to clone a goat? You are not creating a goat. Create a new creature for us. Go ahead. So for me, I respect that somebody is trying to use his brain and trying to find answers, but I don't find any answers in atheism. You ask him, what is the, like, an atheist, he said to you, we used to be ape. Okay, why we still have ape? They speak about the theory of evolution. Okay, evolution can be true, but this is like a limited change in a human being can, or any animal. Like, as an example, those who live in mountains, they have a bigger chest, and because simply they need to breathe more air, for they have less oxygen. That is evolution, I believe in, but not we used to be monkeys and became a human. That's stupid. If we have similarity in design, that because we have one creator. It's like when when you bring an expert, you see him a paint, and you say, oh, this cannot be made by Picasso. Why? Because Picasso have different way of painting. So we have similarity of all creatures because it's done by one creator. Are we clear, guys? We have a fingerprint of one author. The fish, please stop causing science. Everything you are able to do are product of science. Okay, let me show you this statement. Stop causing science. Everything you are able to do are a product of science. Not really. If you are talking about science and machines and internet, I believe that those exist, but we just discover them. And I will explain to you. Did we make electricity, or electricity is already exist? It exists, but we do not know about it. As simple as that. Today you say we are generating electricity. The fact you are not. You are using, you study what make electricity or electrons move. How we can move it, how we can cause it to move. But the electron is there. You did not create electrons. You did not create neutrons. So it's very silly of you to say everything I am using is because of science. No, science is not the one who created the chicken. Science is not the one who created the air. I can live without internet, but I cannot live without air. So it's very stupid of you to think that everything is created by science, and that is very naive. Science is something different from what is necessity. Today, necessity is different from what used to be before, but still we can survive without science. Yes, I am not man of science, and I don't want to be. You are not a man of science. Why you don't call me? Call me and let us see what science brought to us. What science brought to us? Stupid talk. Science brought to us TV, internet, etc. But you will notice that all of those is more of a discovery, not really a science. We discover how the nature around us function. As an example, did we create the radio wave, or the radio wave was exist before we discover it? We discover it. We did not create the radio wave. Is that correct, guys? We did not. It exists, but we do not know about its existence. So what we call science is discovering what we have already. We did not make it happen. The ability of sound to be transformed, or energy to transform by waves, is not us who made it happen. It's happening for a long time, but we never heard of it. We do not know what it is. Then a human being was able to create a machine, and this is what you call it science, was able to discover it, but does not mean we made it. So people are mixing between what is science and what is creation. Science simply is learning about things around us. Is that correct, guys? That's what is science is about. We are learning about things around us. We learn how to fly to the space, but the space is empty before we are able to go there. But we learn how to use the nature around us so we can escape the gravity of the earth. But we did not stop the gravity is still there. We did not change the element of the space or the earth. All what we did, we calculated numbers of how we can overcome the element and use another element so we can escape the zone of the earth. So we created an engine which is more powerful than the gravity, will push us in the opposite direction. As simple as that. This is what you call it science. But we were not able to create anything. Will be really amazing if your science can create for you after you die. They can bring you back from death and they can put you together. Or if you ask a scientist, if you pay him to to bring you back to life, or let us say to create someone like you, a copy of you, without using any material of the earth, exist or in the space, he go to his machine, he clicks some bombs, and then bingo, we have you inside the microwave. Even the microwave you are using is using what is already exist, right? Anyway, do we have any Muslim on a call? Anyone? Anybody? Any Muslim wanna call me? And by the way, I'm not against science, but I don't like stupidity of those who worship science. My friend, time will come and they will put you in a box and they will bury you under the ground. And this is my challenge to you. Let science help you. Don't you have science? I want to see science bringing you back to life and you live forever. Let us see your science. After all the technology you have, you cannot even stop yourself aging. The founder of Apple, he died by stupid cancer, and all his money could not help him, and all the scientists of the world, they could not bring him back to life. This guy, he can own half of America, yet all his money and all the technology and all the doctors, they could not find a stupid cancer. This is what science is. Where is your science? You will die like a rat, Mr. Science. Anyway, do we have any Abdul wanna call us? Anyone? Not even one Muslim. As you see in front of us in the hadith, here is the real science, the science of Islam. Allah, He created the black people from the shoulder of Adam, the left shoulder, and He decided to send them to hell, as you see. Someone saying that Catholic, they invented Islam. I mean, this is a stupid statement. I heard it many times before. My friend, nobody fought Islam as much as the Catholic, and whoever said that to you, he's a donkey. The one who said to you that Catholic, they created or invented Islam, he is a certified donkey. He deserves a certification from a Christian prince himself with 10 times bigger signature and a stamp of my shoes. Give me his name, the one who said to you that the Catholic, they invented Islam. Give me the name of that donkey, please. Please. Actually, nobody ever fought Islam as much as the Catholic. This is why the Muslims, they consider the biggest enemy for them is the Catholic. This is why you see the Muslim, they say a Catholic, he converted to Islam is like saying God himself. Like, Catholic brother, Catholic, you believe it? Brother, a Catholic brother. They did the breed in the Catholic brother. He became a Muslim. It's like saying God. Because for them, this is like, man, stop being stupid. Who are the Crusade then? They were Hindus? Huh? If the Catholic is the one who invented Islam, who is, I saw one, he is from what is called Seven Adventist, you know, very they have a lot of wrong teaching, and they have a donkey. He was on the stage teaching them. He was saying that Khadija, she was a Catholic nun. Khadija, she was a Catholic nun. Just to let you know, by the way, Khadija, she have 2 husbands before Muhammad, and she have tons of babies and children, but yet she was a nun. Catholic nun, not just a nun, she is a Catholic nun. And nobody of those donkeys listening to this guy ask him, where do you get this from? Can you show us the reference? And supposedly you have a PhD, and the second you have a PhD, who's asking you? Who's going to ask you? You have a PhD, that's it. You can say whatever you want. Right? Madness, stupidity. Actually, until now, the Catholic in the Middle East are very small minority, because the majority of the Middle Eastern Christians are Orthodox, specifically either Syriac Orthodox or Greek Orthodox, and the majority are Greek Orthodox. And the majority of the Middle Eastern who they are in Africa, they are mostly connected to the Syriac Orthodox, like the Coptic Church and the Ethiopian Church. And by the way, when Muslim they say to you the early father churches did not teach about the Trinity, that will be stupid, because in case you do not know, one of the oldest churches in the world was not only in Syria, went all the way to India. One of the apostles of Jesus, he went all the way to India and he established an Orthodox church. And we have the Ethiopian Christians, we have the Egyptian Christians. So Christianity spread all over, and there's nobody can control that. You see, when they say to you that Constantine, he gathered all the church leaders and he forced them to believe in the Trinity, but Constantine do not control the whole earth. Constantine is a king for the Roman. He's not a king for the Persian. He's not a king for the Indian. He's not a king for the Ethiopian. But you will notice that all the other churches still believe in the same thing. Are you following with me, guys? Do the king of the Roman have a power over India? He cannot. He don't. But they have the same belief as we do. They believe in the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. And the apostle of Jesus who went there is the founder of that church. So this is from the early Christian churches. This is why you will notice that those Indian, imagine Indian in India. When I say Indian, I'm not talking about America. Indian in India, in their churches, they are praying in Aramaic. Why? Because the apostle of Jesus, he went there and he taught them the Bible in Aramaic. Do we have any Muslim here? Anyone? Anyone have a comment about what is in the screen? Yeah, Apostle Thomas. In Arabic we call him Tuma, or in Aramaic Tuma. You're right. And the one who taught the Egyptian Christianity is Apostle Marcos. Mark. So we have from the early Christianity, early Christians, Christianity spread all over, and there's no way anyone can control anything. You see, when the Muslims, they say to us that the Jews, they changed the Torah, the Jews, and then but the Christians, they have the Jews Torah and they accept it. I mean, how you can make all the Jews accept to corrupt one book and yet they accept to corrupt all of them? You know what I mean? I mean, how you can make all the Jews agree to corrupt their book, and why in the world anyone who believe in God want to corrupt his book? If we ask a Muslim, are you willing to corrupt your book? He will say no. Okay, why the Jews would do that then? You think you are a good guy and they are bad guys? Why the ones who die for the sake of Jesus, they were crucified, they were killed, they were slaughtered, they will change the Bible? Why? Why? And you know, not only this, the change, you will see that the difference between Christianity and Islam, the Bible and the Quran is far beyond the change. I mean, Muhammad, he even cannot quote the name correctly. Mary is the daughter of a guy, his name is Umran. Who's Umran? I mean, why the Christian even will change the name? What the accomplishment the Christian will do from changing the name of the father of Mary? You tell me. Do the Christians who have a book 600 years before Muhammad know that Muhammad is an idiot? He cannot quote the name correctly. But let me tell you what happened. The stupid Muhammad, he thought that Umran, which is Umram in the Old Testament, Umram, he cannot even quote the name correctly. So he thought that Mary, she is the sister of Aaron, the sister of Moses. So now he called the father of Moses, he is the same father of Mary. But Mary who? Not Mary, Maryam, the sister of Aaron. No, Mary, the mother of Jesus, according to Muhammad, she is the sister of Aaron. So Umram became Umran. For those who do not understand what I'm saying, let me type for you on the screen. Muhammad in the Quran, as usual, he always do poo-poo. He is specialized in poo-poo. So he come with a new name we never heard of. That is Umran. I will type it first in Arabic. But the original name is Umran. What is the difference between the two names? The wrong name is the first one in the right. This is letter Nun, N. Oops. The real name is end with the letter M. So Muhammad, he copied the name, but he copied it wrong. So Umram with M became Umran with N. This is a stupid mistake, number one. Number two, Umran is the father of Musa's. Musa's father. The same Umran is the father of Mary. And then in a miraculous way, Muhammad, he said that Mary is the sister of Aaron. Sister of But Aaron is the brother of Moses. Have you ever heard of a stupid prophet like this before? Why Muhammad he made such a mistake? First of all, because he don't speak Hebrew, he called the name wrong. He heard the Jews saying Umram, he thought it is Umran. That's mistake number one. So Umran become Umran with noon. Then he heard the Jews speaking about Aaron. He have a sister, her name is Maryam. And this is exactly how the name of Mary, the mother of Jesus in Arabic, came. So in the Old Testament it says that Maryam is the sister of Aaron and the sister of Moses. So Muhammad he thought that this is the same Maryam, the mother of Jesus, is the same mother of the same sister of Aaron and Moses. Do you want more proof that Muhammad is a false prophet? Have you ever heard of a prophet he can't even quote a name correctly? Yeah, I heard of Prophet Muhammad Hijab, who said that Elijah mean God is with us. This is exactly what Muhammad is. God is with us. Hijab, you know. Let me teach you Arabic and teach you Hebrew. Okay. Elijah mean God is with us. And the Muslim like, wow, wow, brother, wow. The Muslim, they were very impressed, like, wow, man, how he knew? This guy suddenly he speak Hebrew. He is schooling everybody in Hebrew, and he's schooling us in Arabic. And Allah he pray for, but he don't pray to. Do we have any Abdul? Any Muslim? Not even one Muslim today? Why? Where is everybody? Why we are dry today? Any Muslim would like to call us? No? Christians enslave people. Are you really dumb? My friend, no, we are not. First of all, in order for me to enslave people, and if I am following Jesus' practice, then I was right. But you will notice, my friend, that Christians who do wrong things, they can exist everywhere, and that's have nothing to do with Jesus. As an example, why? How many slaves Jesus he owned? How many slaves Jesus he owned? Muhammad, he owned tons of slaves, and he raped them and he have sex with them. How many slaves Jesus he owned? How many slave Peter he have? How many slave Paul he have? How many slave all the apostle of Jesus they have? Those are the real Christians, our early fathers, and none of them own slaves. If Christianity is based on slavery, then why we don't have slaves? Why Jesus himself don't have any? But Muhammad, he is a slave owner, buyer, and seller. Even he received gifts as slaves. Not long time ago, here in America, people they used to own slaves. But is that the order of Jesus says to the? And not only that, the slaves who they own them, they are Christians. How you own a? Not only they are own slaves, they are owning Christian slaves. So if you are saying to me Christians they own slaves, you forgot that the slave themselves they are Christian too. And this is showing me how dishonest you are. How come you mention that who owned a slave, but you don't mention the slaves? And by the way, all the slaves which own in the West captured and sold by Muslims. You don't want to talk about that? Where the white European they got their slaves from North Africa, Morocco, Libya, Algeria. They go in expedition inside Africa, they capture black poor people from the desert and they sell them to the white man. Until now, the countries of control of slaves are North Africa. Until now, there's tons of slaves in Libya and they rape them every day. Until now, the biggest country of slavery is called Mauritania, where more than 80% of the population are still slaves owned by owners. Dishonesty. Who is the one who captured the slave? Ask your grandfather who is the one who sold him to the Western. The Muslim Arabs, the white Arabs. My grandfather. He captured your grandfather and he sold him to the white man. Are you there? You can go right now and search in Google, Prophet Google, and you will find all the reference. There is a story of a white man from Europe. He went to Brazil and he asked for a guide. He make like he's doing research about people who live in the jungle, who people do not know much about them until now. So he asked one of the local native from the tribes to go with him so he can guide him. In the way, each time they have a break or to eat or etc., this guy, he have a small book in his pocket. He take it and he start reading from it. So the European man said to him, what are you reading? What is the book you are reading? He said to him, this is the Bible. The white man said, what? You read this? We stopped reading this from a long time. Come on, you are smarter than this. The Brazilian guy, he did not respond and not even bother. He kept reading his book. And then one day they arrived to a cave, and the cave was full of bones of a human being. And there is an old, like cooking material. It's like a kitchen. So the Brazilian, he started explaining to the white man that here, my tribe, they used to capture a human and we eat them. The white man, he said, so where is everybody now? Why they don't eat it? They didn't do that no more? How come? The Brazilian man, he said, do you remember the book you made fun of? during our trip? He said, yeah, the Bible. He said, well, if not that book, you will be in our dish right now. If not that book which you are making fun of, you will be today our soup. So the stupid European man, he was making fun of the Brazilian man for reading the Bible. And now the Brazilian, they are showing him how stupid he is. You made fun of me for reading this book. If not this book, you will be right now my meal. You will be my McDonald's. So this is the word of Jesus, my friend. This is what change it does to our life. The one who's asking me about the age of the earth, you want to see the miracle of Jesus? Look how we change. You will see someone, he go to jail, he is a criminal, he is a killer, he is a violence man. He accepted Jesus, he became a very peaceful person. That is a miracle. Me myself, I used to be a person who looked for a fight. I look for it. I wasn't a bad person, by the way, but I look for a fight. If I see like 3 guys fighting with 1 guy, even I do not know who is that guy, I believe this is not fair. I joined the fight with the 1 guy. I don't know even if he's a Christian, he's a Muslim, I don't care. I jump in the fight. After we finished the fight, the guy, he asked me, do I know you? I said no. Do I know you? Like he wondered, like, who is this guy? He joined us defending me, like, I don't know you. I don't care. So we change. The Bible changed us. Now I don't really like violence, and I don't like to fight with anyone. So you can go and see tons of stories. Do you see our brother Amir from Germany? This guy, he was in jail. Literally, he was a criminal. And look what the Bible did to his life. So, we have a proof that this book is an amazing book. Paul himself used to go after the Christians. He want to kill them. So what happened to Paul? The fighter, the warrior, the one who go and want to fight and want to kill. What happened? You talk about science. If science will make you better, science will destroy humanity. You see, maybe science for now is making us having a more comfortable life, but time will come and science will burn the whole earth. Your science will bring nothing but evil upon you. Right now, as we speak, Russia have a weapon which is 5 times faster than the light. They have weapon, they can destroy any continent in 2 or 3 explosions only by making the ocean cover that continent by water, by creating tsunami, without even nuking you. Time will come and a human being will be sorry for his science. We have weapons who can kill people by ethnic groups, which mean it's a bacteria will kill only certain kind of people. Imagine. So maybe you are proud about science today, but tomorrow you will be sorry for this science. I believe time will come and this earth will be burned. You call it judgment day, you call it whatever you want. You don't believe in God, it's up to you. But the human being is destroying himself. You see, There is many jobs is going to disappear. As an example, pilot for airplane. I believe time will come. Everything will the airplanes will fly by computers. There's no pilot. Same as the fighters. There's no pilot for fighters. Right now we have a drone. They go and they hit somebody in the middle of nowhere, and you are sitting in your room like as if you are playing a game. It's literally a game. This is now. So imagine what will happen after 500 years from now. So a human being is making science, or what they call it, science and technology, but this technology is not going to help him really much as going to bring destruction. What now? What if we have a leader of those great countries, powerful countries? He's a crazy man like Hitler. That's it. The earth is over. Just elect one of them like Hitler. The earth is over. And if a war, erupt between those two great countries, let us say Russia and America, or etc., and NATO, it's not going to be Russia and America only. The whole earth will be shish kebab. No, actually, Trump is a very peaceful person compared to the rest of them. You guys, you have no idea. You see, people, they accuse Trump of things he don't have it. Trump is not a warrior. Here we go. He withdraw from Syria his army, when actually, if I am him, I should stay. The one always who seek war and destruction is liberals, like Lenin, Karl Marx, Obama. So in the time of Obama, he donated for ISIS to grow. He helped them to grow. He would draw the USA army so ISIS can grow on purpose. They made Egypt collapse, the Egyptian government of Egypt, so the Muslim Brotherhood would take over. This is the plan. But all what you hear in the news that Trump is an evil man, he is a foolish, he's a crazy, he's a stupid. The fact he is smarter than all of them. Since he came, they accuse him that he is going to have war with Korea. When he shake hands with the president of Korea, they accuse him to be a coward. Look at this. In the beginning, they said this guy is a crazy, he is going to cause us to have war with Korea. Then this guy was able to force the president of Korea to seek peace. And because he went to shake hands with him, everybody in the liberal world start making fun of him. More than 30 years, nobody was able to force this country to do that. He did. Without war. He destroyed ISIS. But anyway, Western people are really people of TV. Whatever they see in TV, they believe it. They are cartoon nation. Before I come to America, and honest to my God, before I come to America, I thought Americans are very educated people. I was thinking about myself, I am Middle Eastern, and really look at ourselves. We are behind in everything. And when I go to America, those Americans are advanced in everything. And so I was expecting American to be like, great nation full of educated people. I found that America is a great and a lot of great people here. But in the same time, I discovered that America is suffering badly from ignorance. I have a neighbor, after 11 years of 9/11, he do not know if Osama bin Laden is a Muslim or not. Welcome to America. If you ask them where is Syria located, they do not know. If you ask American, many of them, what is the capital of America, they do not know. There's a guy, I forgot his name. He make videos in YouTube. They are funny. He asks questions like why we have the 4th of July. They don't know. Many of them do not know. They don't know. American. Welcome to America. I mean, yeah, it's amazing. It's like the stupidity is beyond imagination. Yeah, Mark Dice, yeah. So those liberals, like in the other day I saw a video. Let me see if I can find it. a Muslim woman, she refused to sign a pledge not to be caught Israel in Texas. And the liberals, they are making this big story, how they are forcing a Muslim woman to sign such a thing. This is a shame. This is America, this is not Israel. But they don't understand that this is not about democracy. This woman, she is not going to sign, she is not even allowed to sign a pledge to America. The Quran says in chapter 5 verse number 51, take not Christians and Jews as a friends and protectors. This is not about Israel, you idiot. So they start attacking this school. How you do that? This school exposed those people by making them sign this paper, and they refuse. But do you think they are allowed to pledge to America too? The Quran is so clear. You cannot take Christians and Jews as a friends. This is not about Israel. Did you ask yourself why they will not sign to Israel? What is that because the Israeli occupy the land? Even the Quran confirm that this is the land of the Jews. This is the land of the Jews. No Muslim can say that this is not the land of the Jews. In their book, in the same chapter 5 verse number 20 says, remember Musa said to his people, oh my people, call the remembrance of the favor of Allah into you when he produced a prophet among you and made you king, and he gave you what not given to any among you. Oh my people, enter the holy land which Allah has assigned into you. Do you see it? Even the Quran, by the way, the Quran never mentioned the word Palestine. The Quran never mentioned the word Palestinian. The Quran confirmed that the Holy Land belonged to the Jews. And as you see in the front of your eyes, I'm not making things up. Why the Muslims are against Israel? Simply because they are Jews, not because of the land. If Erdogan now he occupy almost 15% of Syria. Have you ever heard of any Muslims going crazy? No. If Erdogan occupies Syria, none of the Muslims will be upset. The Albanian, they control Egypt for more than 1,000 years. Not a single Arab or even Egyptian king. And none of the Muslim Egyptian complain. Why? Because they are Muslims. The Ottoman, they control most of the Middle East. And the Arab Muslims, they were subdued like sheep. Why? Because they are Muslims. When Saddam Hussein, he used chemical weapon, killing tens of thousands of Kurdish. Not even a single Muslim went in the street. Why? Because he's a Muslim. When you are a Muslim, you have a license to kill all mankind, including Muslims. But if you are a Trump, he signed a ban list, which is signed by Obama. The whole world go against him and say Trump is a racist. I never heard of anyone saying Saddam Hussein was a racist. And Trump was signing the same paper signed by Obama before him. Nobody spoke about it when Obama he signed it. No, the Muslims are not the problem. The problem is the liberals. You see, the biggest problem in the West we have is not the Muslims. It is the stupid liberals. Liberals are people who dig for their grave. If the Muslim took over your country, you are the first one to be buried, not us. Any Abdul? Defend another one, castleism. Okay. You see, those who hate us Christians to be united, they cannot take it. There's nothing is called Catholicism, and nothing is called Protestant, and nothing is called Orthodox. Those names are not known by Jesus. And this is what we defend. We Christians, we are united. Whoever believes in the Messiah, the Lord, the Savior, he is a Christian for me. You don't like it, get lost. And the Catholic are a Christian like me. I am not a Catholic. I don't agree with many things they have, but still I find them very wonderful Christians. If everyone break the command of God, he is not a Christian no more. I wonder how many of us left Christians. You know, the irony, some people, they lie at themselves and they think that they are the best of the world, when all of us, we are sinners, and all of us, we do wrong. So my friend, if you are a truthful Christian, you do what Jesus wants, not what a priest wants. Many priests, they are doing businesses. They will tell you only our churches people will be saved. Ask yourself, is that really real? What does that mean? Who are you? I will not be surprised if this priest, he will be the same as Muhammad, who take the money and go vacation from your money and go vacation in Hawaii, but yet he is preaching about God, and they have a very fancy clothes and houses. If you go and read the life of the apostle of Jesus, you will see how poor they were. But imagine those people, those men, who they have a power of the Lord, who they can do miracles in his name, how much money they can make. Imagine if I can make somebody come back from death, how much money I can earn every day. How many kings will kiss my shoes every day? But yet they die very poor, and they die after humiliation. They were killed, they were tortured. They never ask for payment. Those are the true Christians. Anything else is not real. One, he preach about you, about Jesus and the love of Jesus, but he is driving an expensive car, he have a very fancy house, and there's tons of thousands of Christians in Africa, they are dying from hunger. Right? Jesus did not even own a donkey. You don't. He owned nothing. So my friend, division always comes from the devil, and whoever promoted division, he is from the devil. We might not agree about some issues, but that is very normal. God, he made us different, but God, he unite us in one thing: the fruits. Jesus said, from their fruits you shall know them. So let us say you are a person who believe that you like to have a picture of Jesus in your house. I believe if this is for the sake of art, it's fine. You believe no, it's more than an art for you, it's to present Jesus for you. All right. But let us say I believe that pictures are not right, but I do evil. And you believe that the pictures are right and you do good. Which one of us is better? Which one of us is better in the eye of the Lord? You made a picture, which is, I believe, wrong, because you love the Lord, not because you hate him. I refuse a picture which is right, but I do evil. So you are better than me, because even the evil you did was good, which people accuse you with. You did evil, which is loving the Lord, to the point you want to make a picture of him, which is wrong, because the Bible says Don't make images of what is above and down on earth. So I believe it's wrong. But even that wrong happened because you love the Lord, not because you hate him. But someone else, he don't believe in pictures, but yet he do wrong and he do all kind of evil. Which one is better? So the Lord, he said, from their fruits you shall know them, not from the pictures. Not everyone says to me, Lord, Lord, but the one who do the will of my Father. So you have pictures, I don't have pictures, she have pictures, she don't believe in pictures. Let us see our fruits, and that will be our competition. We will be known by our fruits, not by our stupidity. Fighting over those things is the stupidity. Fighting for good to do better fruits, that is smart. So let us say you're a Catholic, I am Protestant, or vice versa. What about we compete about who can do better to serve Christ? That will be wonderful. Not to compete in insult and accusation. What about we compete to serve mankind? Jesus says, I was hungry and you did feed me. I was thirsty and you give me drink, and I was sick, you visited me. I was in a prison, you came to me. I was a foreigner, a stranger, and you took me in. So for us, Christianity is not a sect. Christianity is a life, and this life is containing the fruits. You can call yourself whatever you want, but Jesus will not know you from your name. He will know you from your fruits. You can wear a big cross in your chest, but you might be a drug dealer or even a pimp like Muhammad, and you will go to hell. So it is not what you wear, it's not what you say, is not what you call yourself, is not a name you hold. It is a fruit you carry and you do. And this is what is a Christianity for me. In the other day, a guy, he made a video against me, and he is so upset. Christian Prince, he said that the Father is the Son. I mean, what this guy is talking about? All what I'm saying, that God is one, and I'm explaining to the Muslim that we believe in one God. We don't believe in three gods. But I did not say what he's saying. But look, they are so angry suddenly. And they are the one who want to defend the faith. But this guy, he never brought one Muslim to Christ. You know, some Christian, they remind me of the Muslims sometimes. Like, you know, suddenly they are conservative when they are not all their life. This is why in my program here, I don't like people to speak about Catholic, Protestant, Orthodox. Keep your faith for you. Don't tell me about it, because simply the devil, he will try to divide us, and he will use those names to divide us. And by the way, Muslims, they go inside the chat rooms and they play Catholic and Protestant. One of them will text as a Catholic, the other one will text as a Protestant, and there's many fools, they fall into the trap. Or you are wrong, or you are pagan, or etc. And the list of the fool, they follow right away. Right? I am smarter than that. You see, Satan, when he said to Jesus, if you are the Son of God, throw yourself. Christian, don't listen to Jesus, what Jesus said. They throw themselves. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. So when you challenge someone from different, let us say he's a Christian, but let's say you're a Protestant or a Catholic, and you ask him to prove himself by throwing him out of the cliff, and you say to him, as if you are saying, well, if you are a true believer, okay, don't die. It's the same as a Muslim saying to me, the Bible says if you drink poison, nothing will kill you. But this is not what the Bible meant. We know that the Messiah himself was crucified, so we die. Our Lord himself died. The disciple of Jesus were killed. This is not what the verse meaning. So sometimes some Christians, because they are victims of their leaders, church leaders, they are blind and they follow the blind. And the devil is very powerful, my friend. Jesus said, be aware of false teachers, false prophets. They come to you in the clothes of a sheep. So the devil can come to you in a sheep clothes, can come to you as a priest, as a bishop, as whatever you want. But at the end of the day, the devil is a devil. And for me, when I see someone dividing the Christians, he is not speaking for Jesus. As simple as that. If I ask you now, what do you think? Jesus will be happy to see that Christians are not one church? I think you know the answer, right? I'm sure you know the answer inside your heart. So it's very foolish to say my church is right and the rest are wrong. I mean, this is really a sign of foolishness and stupidity. The right person, my friend, is the one who served Jesus. And how to serve Jesus? To be a servant. This is what the Bible says. You can't be a master if you can't be a servant. And this is why we see Jesus. He said to them, let me wash your feet. They said to him, what do you mean you wash our feet? You are our Lord. He warned them, if you don't let me do that, you don't belong to me. So my friend, you want to be in competition of who is a Christian? Serve. Don't be the same as the Jews who throw rocks when they are adulterous themselves. They are fake, they are hypocrites. They speak too much about the good God when they are the most perverted people ever. And actually, I notice always that those who try always to preach too much, speaking, you see, some people, they say to me, Christian Prince, you don't speak like a Christian person. I said, why? They said to me, you are tough, you are harsh, you etc. So what does a Christian person mean? Oh, Jesus said, if somebody hit you in your right cheek, give him the other one. Really, Jesus said that? Yeah, okay. And that means that we people can beat us, right? Yeah, sure. No, this is not what Jesus said. That's absolutely false. Through centuries, they try to preach to us something is not true, which is Jesus taught us that we can be, anyone can beat us and we will not defend ourselves. Jesus did not say that. You see, every time have its own law, and one of the Roman law that if somebody hit you in your left cheek, you go to jail. So all what Jesus was saying, we live in a ruling system. We have a police, we have a court. Even when they want to kill Jesus, they could not just kill him. They brought him to court. So we have a system. So if somebody want to do violence with him, would you use the law? Don't be a violence. Don't fight evil by evil. But there's nowhere in the Bible it says that you cannot defend yourself. This is about using his hand, not somebody want to kill you. Somebody want to insult you. Are we listening? But you remember Jesus, he said, the one who don't have a sword, go and buy his garment and buy one. What? Jesus says that? Yes, Jesus says that. Why he's asking them to buy a sword? To defend themselves, not to defend him. This is why we see when the soldiers, they came to arrest Jesus, Peter, he have a sword with him. Do you think Jesus do not know, did not see that Peter, he have a sword? There's a huge difference between carrying a sword to kill and carrying a sword to defend. It's a noble job to defend the weak. What if I am walking in the street in the middle of the night and saw a man trying to rape a woman? What I should do as a Christian? I will start saying, our Father art of heaven. I will tell him that Jesus said, if somebody hurt your right cheek, give him the other one. Or my duty as a Christian to defend this woman and stop this man from his crime. Which one you think present Christianity? If you don't defend this woman, you are not only not the Christians, you are the enemy of Jesus. Because the one who don't stop a crime, he is a criminal. And you should use all kind of ability you have and mean to stop that crime, including violence. Because here you are defending this woman, you are not being evil. Don't fight evil by evil, which mean, you know, don't do the same as that guy. But stopping him from doing his crime is not doing the same as he do. You are doing something good. Anyway, do we have any Muslim would like to call us? Today it looked like it's very slow today. And until now we did not have one Muslim. Anyone? My friend, there's nothing is called leaders and wrong. Anyone can do wrong. The Catholic, they believe in the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. They believe in the resurrection of Jesus. They believe in the crucifixion of Jesus. They believe Jesus is coming back. Okay. They believe he is the Son of God. So what is left? You want to fight over a picture? Go ahead, fight over a picture. So show us how smart you are. I mean, we don't want to be silly. But you see, when somebody looking for a fight, he will find a reason to fight. Once there's a guy, he is fighting with his wife, and they asked me, you know, like they said things is going between us bad, like, and I'm very close to both of them. They said to me, what do you think the reason? I told them what happened. If like you want me to involve, it's your problem why I should be involved. But okay, tell me what happened. So the guy, he leave when he drink coffee, he leave his cup in the coffee table. He don't take it to the kitchen. His wife, she said to him 1,000 times, don't leave it there. But do you think this is really the reason of the fight? No. I'm sure this guy before, he used to leave the coffee cup there, and she used to call him, honey, let me clean it for you. But there is other reasons. But people, they find a silly reason to fight. They don't talk about the real reason. They told me the silly reason. I said, I don't believe really this is the reason you both are fighting. There's something behind. So you sit together and you talk to each other and tell me. You don't tell me, because this must be very private. There is something, both of you are angry from each other. It's not the cup of the coffee. If you are really both in love, you will not fight over such a silly thing. So when we are not in love with each other, we will find any silly reason to fight. But if we are in love, even if I break your window, you will say, don't worry, I will replace it. Do you understand me, guys? So let us love each other, and then you will find that our differences are not really important. Someone said to me, the Catholic, they pray to Mary. That's a lie. They don't pray to Mary. They ask Mary to pray for them. Go and read Hail Mary. I don't know how to recite it perfectly, but the Catholic, they know it by heart. But they are repeating what is written in the Bible. When the angels, they came to Mary, they said to her, Hail Mary. Our ignorance is amazing. Pray for us. Some, they say that the Catholic, they ask the dead one to pray for them. My friend, the Bible says that saint resurrected with Jesus. Who said they are dead? And who are you to decide who is dead, who's alive? There's many saints to raise with Jesus. And the Catholic and the Protestant, sorry, the Catholic and the Orthodox believe that Mary was resurrected. So, and they are not praying for her. They don't worship her. Stop being don't lie. For me, I believe I do not need to pray asking somebody to pray for me, you know, like let us say it's not really a must, but we can do that. I mean, how many times we hear ourselves saying, okay, pray for me, guys, my brother is sick, or my son is sick, or my wife, pray for me. Nothing wrong with that. None of them worship Mary. None of them believe she is God. None of them believe that she is one of the Trinity. Have you ever heard of a Catholic believe that Mary is like there's Mary, the Father, the Son? No, they believe in the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. As simple as that. So please, let us be smarter and let us be educated. Enough is enough. All right? I love the Catholic, I love the Protestant, I love the Orthodox. All of them, for me, they are Christians, wonderful ones. I don't know how many of you went to Orthodox library as an example. They have the most amazing libraries ever you can imagine, full of knowledge and deep studies. But the Catholic are almost like one apple is cut two pieces with the Catholic, but nobody attacked the Orthodox. Why? Because all of this is based on history and politics. They did not face problems with the Orthodox. This is why they attack always the Catholic. But the Orthodox is almost half of the apple of the Catholic. Anyway, yeah, and actually the name for us, all of us, is not Catholic, is not a Protestant, is not Orthodox. The name was given to us as a Christian. You see, in the Middle East, when we say, I say I'm a Masihi from the word Masih, which means Messiah. I'm Christian. And this is name used for all of us. There's nothing that's called Catholic. Nobody says there. If you ask him, what are you? They don't say I'm Catholic. Nobody say I'm Orthodox. We are united. But do you know why we are united? Because of discrimination. Discrimination make us one with Jesus. And maybe you people need some discrimination, so you might understand. Do we have any Muslim here? Hello?
Hello.
We hear you, my friend.
Hello.
Go ahead. Yes.
Christian Prince.
All right.
I just want to clarify.
Introduce yourself, my friend.
I just want to clarify.
Can you mute YouTube? Can you mute YouTube?
Yeah, I'm gonna mute it. Yeah, I'm gonna mute. Can you hear me now?
Okay, go ahead.
Yes. I just want to clarify. You know, with respect to Catholics, because was obviously you were discussing it in your live stream. So, do you believe that Catholics are Christian?
Absolutely.
But in what sense?
Jesus, he told us who is the Christian. The Bible says, who is the not Christian? Whoever deny the Father and the Son is an antichrist. Whoever deny the cross of Jesus, the Catholic don't deny the cross of Jesus, don't deny the crucifixion, don't deny the Trinity, don't deny the coming of Jesus. They do not deny the virgin birth. What is left?
Yeah, but being Christian is also in your practices. When
What's wrong with
somebody
their practice? What's wrong with their
practices
practice? What is the practice you are talking
I'm not
about?
saying there's anything wrong in the practice.
The ritual, you
I'm
mean?
not saying there's anything wrong in the practice. I'm
Okay.
not here to criticize. I'm just here to optimize everybody. It's not about criticism. It's not about bringing anybody down.
Okay, no problem.
Trust me.
What's wrong with
You know
the
what I mean?
Catholic? Why the Catholic will not be Christian for you?
Well, let's start from the beginning. First of all, with their beliefs with Jesus, they don't believe that Jesus is actually God.
My
That's
friend,
number one.
my friend, this is a stupid thing of you. Don't ever call me again. I don't have time for stupidity and lies. Who is the stupid idiot who told you that the Catholic don't believe Jesus is God? Give me the name of the donkey.
Because okay,
No.
okay.
Give me the name of the donkey. Who is the donkey? He said to you the Catholic don't believe in Jesus as God.
I'm talking from my personal experiences.
Then, my friend, don't talk to me. Don't call me again. I have no time for the devil. What personal experience? Is the Catholic is a bicycle you can take a ride over? It's a belief. Their books is there. You can go and read it. Stop being a donkey. I pray to God that he will never be a bishop. Because of the bishop like this, imagine what the church will be. You see, this is what I hate. I mean, I hate lies. You see, if the Catholic are wrong, I would say they are wrong. That's it. As simple as that. I mean, who care? Honestly, Jehovah's Witnesses, I say they are cult. Mormon, I say they are cult. I mean, I'm not taking a side of anyone. I'm just saying things as it is. The Catholic, they don't believe Jesus is God. What a big fat lie. You see, when I lose my patience, I cannot take it no more. And by the way, each time I say to a Catholic, don't attack the Protestant. The Catholic, he get upset from me and he stop donation to me. And each time I say to a Protestant, don't attack the Catholic, the Protestant, he get upset from me and he stop donation to me. Go, both of you. I don't want your donation. Go. Please go. I am not for sale. Here we go. The Pope is an Antichrist. Yeah, Obama is Antichrist. Trump is an Antichrist. George Bush is an Antichrist. Get lost out of here. We don't want donkeys. Do you know even what the Antichrist is? If you know the Bible, you should not say that, my friend. Antichrist is someone, the Antichrist, first he will be from the nation of Israel. Antichrist in general is someone deny the Father and the Son. So if the Pope believe in the Father and the Son, that's mean you are a fool. And yes, he believe. So how the Pope is an Antichrist? I mean, who is the donkey here? Anyway. Oh boy. Do we have any Abdul here? Any Abdul? Yeah, the Bible says either you are with the Lord or against the Lord. We, all of us, we worship one God and we glorify one name. And we pray, all of us, our Father art of heaven, the Catholic, the Protestant, the Orthodox. Maybe you do not know that. Do you know that? Maybe many ignorant do not know that the Protestant and the Orthodox and the Catholic, they pray exactly the same prayer, our Father art of heaven. And that is a prayer taught to us by our Lord the Messiah himself. Go study the prayer and you will know what is making us united. Our Father art on heaven. Do we have any Abdul? Any Muslim? You see, do you know why the Muslims get upset from me? Because I don't allow the division between the Christians. And by doing that, the Muslim, they cannot find a window they go through. You see, when a hacker, he want to hack your computer, he need to find a weakness on you. You know what I mean? So what is the weakness of this man? How we can divide the kingdom? The same as they did one day, and they occupy the Constantinia. Why? Because at that time, the leaders of the Christians, they were fighting each other. Bring destruction to yourself. The more you are divided, the more the Muslims can take over you. Good for them. But not in my, not for me. Wherever I go, that will not be that will not be accepted. And I don't care really who agree with me, who don't agree with me. I am the last one. I say things as it is. Since I was a kid, I don't care really. So today we don't have Muslims. My friend, you are asking me to translate videos into Malaysian language as if I speak that language. How I can do that? But you can do that. You can download the videos, load them in a channel, and add subtitle. You can do it. But do you think Prince, Christian Prince, he speak all languages in the world? Everybody's asking me to translate it. I have even nobody to help me. Everything I do by myself. I need to write my books, I need to make videos, I need to answer people. I get thousands of questions, and then I need to add languages to the videos. Languages I don't even speak. Do some work. Help me, help yourself, help your people, help your nation. Get the blessing of the Lord. If you translate a video into your language in a certain topic, you know, you will get the blessing, because simply it's your work, not my work. Hello.
Oh, how you doing, CP? You okay, bro?
I'm all right, my friend. How are you doing?
Oh, fine, thank you. Miss Ammar, I called you the other day, the ex-Muslim brother.
Hey, Mar, how are you?
Oh, good, brother, good, good. Just a little bit tired and relaxing, just listening to the knowledge you're spreading. I just wanted to talk about, yeah, like we shouldn't divide each other. It's true that you know, some things that in the Catholic Church are, like a bit weird, but they are still Christians. The only thing that I have an issue with, I wanted your advice about it. You know, when they say that the Pope can, or the Father, or the leader in the church can forgive their sins, could you explain a bit
No, they
about that?
don't. No, they don't do that. Actually, the Pope himself, he confesses sin every Sunday. He don't forgive
True.
sin. No, they don't. You see, we have many rumors, and we believe in rumors, but we don't. We need to investigate before we believe in something. They don't. Nobody, not even a single Catholic, believe that anyone can forgive sin except God, and the Pope himself, he confesses sin.
Okay, that's good. That's good. It's true, because what I do, I'll just research about it and read, different people's opinions.
People they make. You see, when the devil he want to be involved in dividing people, as we see in the Quran, chapter 5, the same chapter in front of us, verse number 14, it says that Allah will spread hatred and enmity between the Christians until Judgment Day.
Yeah.
And this is the power of the devil. The devil, he don't want you to open your door to a Christian person and even to listen to him. So we start accusing him, and we don't want to listen.
No, that's true, because I've got a sister that I evangelize with, and she's come from a Catholic church, and she says, like, you don't preach about, so much things, and she tried to warn people about hell, and I need to talk to her properly. That I do believe they are, Christians, because you're right what you're saying. They do believe in the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit. And if there's a few things that are not right, I think that's just down to that particular person. Because there's been a lot of people that's had, like, bad experiences with the Catholic Church. But you know what? Before I heard you today, I had a different understanding about them. The things you're saying actually make sense. They believe in one God, you know, they're not pagans, they don't kiss a black stone and think it's going to wipe their sins away.
Even this, you know, you might see someone is a Catholic, he is kissing a statues, but this is not Catholicism. This is something he do. It's not in the Catholicism that we should pray to a statues or etc. People, they do things. People, because there's many people, they cannot get rid of. They want God to be in the front of them. They want God to present in the front of them, and this is why they like pictures and like images. However, this is, you know, I can have a picture of anything. All of us, we have pictures, don't we? And you might have a picture of somebody from your family, and still you kiss the picture of somebody you remember. Maybe a mother or her child, he passed away, she kissed the picture. She is not worshiping an idol. So I love Mary, I love Jesus, I love Moses, I love all the good ones before us. And let us say I have a special passionate and I want to kiss the picture. For me, I believe this is wrong. First of all, we don't even know the picture. We don't have a real picture.
True.
Secondly, you know, the Bible forbid us in a religious way to make images of what is above or down on earth to any a person, as long the purpose is to worship. You know,
that's right.
So
that's right.
If we start worshiping pictures, obviously it's very wrong.
Yeah, it's true. It's the people, isn't it? It's the people. Look, because there's so much like really good Christians, like even the nuns, you know, the way they live and things like that. But another thing I wanted to ask you was, and obviously in the Bible, you know, it speaks about women shouldn't be preachers. They shouldn't teach in the church, but they should sit silent and they should wear head coverings. And you know, there's a lot of women pastors. What do you think about that, CP?
See, here we see that the Catholic are more conservative from Protestant, but yet the Catholic are accused. You know, I mean, you see how the double standard sometimes. Okay, how come you go letter by letter when you want, and you don't go letter by letter when you want? So when you want, they say, okay, we have to go letter by letter, and the Bible says don't make images, etc. So you are wrong. Actually, we will throw stones at you. Then we have verses where it says that women, they should not talk in the church, etc. However, for me, I believe that those verses is not meant that women, they can't really teach. You see, the first teacher we have in life is our mothers.
True. Because what it says, sorry to interrupt you, CP, because what it says is women can teach, but to teach their children and their family and sisters and amongst them. But it says, the Lord says, I do not forsake a woman to preach, basically, to be like a pastor in the church. And
women they can't teach. No, women they can't teach. Simply, you see. But let us make it simple.
Okay.
We are talking about generations 2,000 years ago, all right, where men are the one who go to school, women they stay home learning how to cook. All right, this is the tradition. Even in the Jewish rabbi, the rabbis is the one who go to school are male. The whole school is a male. There's no females. So who is the rabbi? It's a male. But we will go and we will find in the Old Testament that there is judges, correct? And there is a prophets who they are females. So the same chapter speaking about women she cannot teach is the same chapter speaking about women they can prophesy.
Yes, they can prophesy,
right?
With their head covered. Sorry, go on. You're right.
Even that chapter speaking about the head cover is about the hair, because the cover of the woman is her hair. The same chapter is saying that. So look what happened. We quote sometime a verse and we stuck with it, but we don't read what is after or before. And what I see that the Bible is full of stories about women teaching and speaking about Christ, and we will be naive if we believe that women are not meant to speak and to glorify God, because the Bible is full of stories of women who did that. Same time, in a strict society, man cannot teach women. because he is not allowed to be with the women. And the other day when I was in Germany, I met with a woman. She was an ex-Muslim, and she was telling me about how she was able to like to present Jesus to many Muslim women. But in this society, a man cannot be inside the room. Only women, they are there. A man is not even allowed. So what does that mean? The Lord will not allow somebody to witness for them. So if we take if we take if we want to be like Taliban, you know, Taliban, they take their Quran and they say it says etc. Let us do etc. And we don't need to use our brain. Christianity is not like that. Remember that Jesus himself, he comes through a woman.
No, CP, I totally agree with you. I agree that women should be able to. I don't mind women outside, you know, evangelizing, doing things like that. Because you know that in Corinthians 14:34, it says the women are to keep silent in the churches for they.
No, but this is because women, they used until now. There's women who talk a lot and they cannot keep their mouth shut, talking about cooking and about doing dishes, what your husband did. So women, come on, don't bring your, you know, many like this. They cannot control their tongue. They have to talk. Okay. Women, she's wearing, look, this woman, she came in, she's late, and this woman, you know, they like to gossip. So there's certain kind of women, they don't, they should not open their mouth in the church because they are speaking of something else. This is why it says keep you to your, you know, to your discussion with your husband at home. So they bring stories. You know, the problem is that we do not know. We do not know what is the background. If we do not know what the background of the story, you think the story is about women, they should not talk. You know?
Yeah, because I'm trying to find.
But this is not about women. They cannot talk. About women, they are coming to talk in the church.
Yeah, no, you're totally right. You know, there's just so much things that we just need to understand more. Because everything I read, it's like before I was Christian. When I read the Bible, I didn't understand it. The words never opened to me. But as soon as I was a believer, and the Lord came in my room, and the Holy Spirit, and everything happened, it's like the words just come out to you. You know, and brother, I just want to say that, you know, we're blessed to be with the Lord Jesus Christ, who has, you know, blessed all of us, you know, strengthened us all. And I just think there's so much ways you can look at scripture, just like the way the Muslims try to say Prophet Muhammad's in the Bible, and they talk about the songs of Solomon and all. I was talking to a brother the other day. So what I do, I minister, you know, evangelize outside, and I do online sometimes as well, where I go into Muslim channels and just, you know, try to, you know, just talk to them and let them know the truth. They keep bringing up, it's like a copy and paste, exactly what you say, brother. They copy and paste all these different places. And I say to them, look, after about 2 days of talking to them, with all the evidence they've asked me, they stop communicating. It's just ridiculous. Like, I just really want the Muslims to wake up. And none of them dare to debate you, because as soon as you embarrass them, they've lost all their followers. They're like the Jews around when Jesus was, you know, on the earth. They're like them Jews that wanted to be the main people, you know. Oh, I'm the high priest, I'm the rabbi, and everyone comes to me, you know, for their problems. And this is how they are. They're actually on a power trip. Do you know what I mean? They're on a power trip. And I just, you know, I was out today evangelizing in the city centre in London, and people are just, you know, really lost out there, brother, man. So much people have spirits in them. They're lusting, they're doing so much things. And I'm just trying to give them the word and, you know, lay hands on people and let Jesus
but you see
Christ.
Now, if we have women, they are going in the street and they are teaching, nothing wrong with that. You know?
No way, of course not.
Yeah, so we know we need to reach out, and every believer have a tongue, glorify the Lord, he can use it. The issue is that women, they should be smart and they should not go to places they are not should to go. As an example, women should go inside a jail full of men. They did not see women for maybe a year. That is stupid. You know, you don't go there. They will rape you. They will not understand that you are a person bringing love and God to them. No, that is not smart. A woman should want to go in the desert in the middle of nowhere to preach the gospel. That's not smart. There's criminals, you know, they are women. So women, they should go where they can go. This is why you will see that the disciple of Jesus, they prefer not to be married because simply their life is full of risk, and they travel from place to place. So this is why when you serve God, you know that you are going to be in danger, and danger will follow you. A woman, she is more target just because she's a female. She's a target just because of that. So a Christian man who is, just because he's a Christian, he is a target. But now because you are a Christian and a female, the target became tourist. So women, they should be in a place where it's safe and secure, and they can preach, but they don't lose their dignity. You know, that is fine.
No.
But going to places where it's not right for them to be, that is not smart, and this is not biblical.
Also, CP, I have another question. You know the way the Muslims pray? I researched that. You know, I was researching and reading a few comments where the Jews actually prayed that way, and the Muslims learned the way they prayed. And
no, not exactly. No, not exactly. It's not the same. But Muhammad is a copier of everybody around him. He copied the ablution from the Sabi, and he copied somehow how to pray from the Jews.
Do you know how much people he sent to hell? Do you know how much people have gone to hell believing that he is?
No, he did not send anyone to hell. People, they send themselves. Yeah,
I know, but through his teachings,
my friend, stupid people, they go to the stupid teaching based on their decision. No one make you stupid except yourself. For God gave us all a brain, and he gave us guidance. So if somebody decide to follow a false prophet, this is his fault, not the fault of the false prophet.
But obviously, so also, like, you know, the way the early Christians prayed, I do believe they prayed with their heads on the floor, because I think it's in Revelation.
My friend, doesn't matter. No, doesn't matter really. This is, you see, we don't want to be the same as the Muslims, and we start thinking about.
No, we don't. No, brother, we don't.
Who care about how to pray? Jesus said, "Don't be the same as the hypocrite. Go to your closet." Nowhere Jesus he taught us how to pray by moving hands, and this is not really right. I mean, who care? I mean, let me ask you, what if I want to pray to God and I am naked?
No, see,
why not?
One thing.
You know what I mean? Why not? God, he see me naked anyway. My clothes does not cover me from God. You know what I mean?
Listen, I know exactly what you're saying, but I think there's a verse where it says Jesus went up to the mountain and put his face to the ground and prayed. And also the elders in Revelation, the elders and the angels, you know, the elders took off the 24 elders, peace be unto them, and the angels took off their crowns and basically put their head down to the ground to worship God. So I know what you're saying, as in it's not about that, and we're not copying Muslims, because Muslims actually copied that from the early Christians.
Yeah, but this is not a necessity of a prayer. You see, all of this is symbolic.
I think it's respect, really. I think
it's symbolic. You can pray standing, you can pray sitting, you can bow down, you can do, you know, you do whatever you wish. You can pray when you are asleep, you can pray when you are in bed, because a prayer is always welcome, and there's, you know, it's not a ritual where it's with certain move. I mean, okay, what if I don't move my hand in a certain way? My God will not hear me. What if I don't stand? Yeah, this is not.
When I was Muslim, it was such an annoying OCD. Like, oh, it was just ridiculous. Like, literally, you step your foot down on the floor after you've just done wudu, and you're like, oh, I've got to do it again. And it was just, I was just watching the way my dad was all the time, and you know what? It's just sickening. It's really sickening. Seriously, like, just seeing it throughout my whole life, just seeing the whole, like, even going into the mosques and seeing the way that, you know, they handle themselves. It's like, you know, every single person in the mosque, you don't see one person talking to another person. Everyone is there in like a singular prison. And it's ridiculous. And before I found Christ, you know, I was researching Shia and Sunni and trying to find out the truth. And, you know, I am so blessed. All of us are so blessed that we've got Jesus, bro. And people like you who are doing this, because look, you doing this, you're actually putting your life at risk as well. Even though no one knows how your face looks like, but you're putting your life at risk. And you know what I'm doing, I'm putting my life at risk, because according, you know, to these crazy people, we're preaching hatred. And obviously, because I'm an ex-Muslim, it's apostasy. So what I said to Muslims is, you say if you kill one person, it's like killing the whole of humanity, right? but then you want to go and kill someone because they left Islam. How does that make sense, CP? Right.
Yeah. Well, anyway, you know, at the end of the day, we need to remember Christianity is beyond ritual, and you know, God is not about you know, the Jews actually, they, for centuries they understood God the same as the Muslims. This is why Muhammad, he took a lot of things from them, you know? And this is why Jesus, you notice Jesus, he said to them, is not what go inside the mouth make you dirty, what it come from the mouth, you know.
True.
So the,
True.
the Jews, they have the same understanding of the Muhammadan about what make you dirty. And Muhammad all the time, he was trying to be a Jew actually, you know. That's why we see tons of stories in the Quran is copied from the Jews. And this is why the Quran became so funny. You know, he is using what is written in their heritage books, fairy tale stories, and he used it as authentic stories for God. And this is why he turned to be stupid, and people until now we are making fun of him because he didn't believe in the Jews, you know. You know, some people think just because the Jews are people before us, they are right. But the Jews, they have a lot of wrong teaching, and you know, and even the Bible speak that the Jews been punished by God many times for they left God and they forsake God, and nothing will change. What? You know, the Jews before they did that, and I think in the future it might happen again.
You know what? I was ministering to a Jewish man. His name is David, right? And he's not really religious anymore. But I went to his house. I was praying for him. He had, you know, he had a spirit, and he showed me his Jewish Bible translation. And you know Isaiah, where it mentions, I think it's 9:6 or 53. I totally forgot. But it talks about a son is born and a child is given. The government shall be on his shoulders and shall be called Prince of Peace, Mighty God, Everlasting Father. Basically, their one doesn't say that. They've changed it, right? So where it says in their one, it was written in English, like English alphabet writing, but it meant it was just something totally different. So it's like they're trying. You're right. There are some Jews that are trying to hide the truth.
No, let me tell you. Like when they say in the Old Testament that the like in our book in our Bible, it says the virgin will give birth. The Jews, they say in the Hebrew, it doesn't say the virgin, it says a young woman. But remember, the Bible is speaking about that a woman, she will do, a miracle will happen to her. So if a young woman, she gave birth, that is not a miracle. You know, it's normal. I mean, every day, millions of women, they give birth every day. So this is a sign will not be repeated again. You know, so what is the sign? Even when they try to fabricate interpretation or translation, they say, oh, it says a virgin. It doesn't say virgin, it says young woman. So what is the sign? If a young woman, she gave a birth, what is the sign about it? Obviously she is a woman, because no way a female, she can give birth unless she is a woman. A woman, which a woman means she can get pregnant, you know. So but if she is a virgin, that is a miracle. But if just a young woman, well, there's tons of young women every day around the earth, they give birth to a child. So where is the miracle here? It doesn't work. And you know, but remember that most of the Jews at the end of the day, the majority of them, they became a Christian already. We are not talking about religious Jews, we are talking about some of the Jews.
Yeah, it's true. Not all of the Jews. It's just some of them that.
The majority of the Jews, they are already Christian. The minority, they are not.
I know. The early Christians were Jews. Yes. You know? The early Christians were Jews. You're right.
The first Christians are Jews.
Yeah, exactly. The first Christians were Jews, and also like the way I look at it is Islam is actually exactly what you said. It's copied. It's copying the Jews, then it says it hates the Jews. You know, it copies the Christians and it hates the Christians. Like, you know, it just doesn't make no sense what they're doing. And the reason why Muslims won't leave Islam, because they look at the West as a whole as Christian. Even if you see atheists going out dressed naked and, you know, people just doing drunkenness and things like that, they see that as Christians.
My friend, nobody leave Islam as much as Muslims, because let me explain to you, and maybe you're getting it wrong. You are from you are coming from a Muslim family, and you witness the Muslims. If you go and see drug dealers, you will see high percentage of them are Muslims. If you see,
killed it. You killed
if
it.
you
You're
go
right.
and check the prostitution business, you will see a high percentage are Muslims. If you go and check the scam and the fake passport, what do you want? I mean, Muslims are the one doing the business of all those things. So
I used to have experience with that.
yeah. Right, so where is the Muslims we're talking about? I mean, if Islam bring decency, why we cannot find decency between Muslims? True. You know, number one people who ask for a credit card but they never pay back, which means it's a theft, is Muslims. Number one people who do illegal stuff in the world are Muslims. Number one people who sell fake or copy of software are Muslims. If you go to the jail in France, in England, what is the highest percentage in the population are Muslims. So if
and they still act religious. Do you know what's disgusting? You're right, they do all of that, but when it comes down to defending their faith, all of a sudden they're a mu'min and an imam. I know,
but this is proof that Islam is a stupid religion, because how Islam made you a person of a crimes, and yet you are saying to me Islam is a good religion.
Exactly.
How Islam make a woman work as a prostitute, you know, and then
this mut'a thing, yeah.
No, prostitution business is a huge business in Morocco, in Algeria. I mean, go not only go in the Middle East, go to Egypt.
Habibi, I'll be honest with you. Before I was Christian, I used to lust a lot, brother. I used to go to Morocco. Actually, I'm being honest here.
Yeah.
I used to actually go to Morocco and rent out apartments and things like that. But ever since the Lord delivered me, I've lost the sexual morality is gone. That's how I know Jesus is the way. It's not one sign that convinced me to leave Islam. It was not one sign. It was many signs. I even said to because I was watching YouTube and I saw many Muslims who've had encounters with Jesus, and I sat there and I said, you know what? Let me ask Jesus if he's the truth. But before I got on my knees, my heart actually believed he was. So I think it's having that, because a lot of Muslims, they probably try to ask Jesus if he's true, but they don't have the belief in their heart. But I'm telling you, like, the miracles I've seen that Jesus do to people, like just the other day when I was speaking to you about my dad's leg stretching out and, coming out 3 inches, and people with internal bleeding and demons coming out of people. All this is Jesus Christ. It's nothing to do with me. I'm just like, praying and asking for it. But brother, all these things that I saw in my life, I thought, not once have I seen a miracle as a Muslim. Not once. No miracles at all. All I see is anger, hatred. There's no love. And then as soon as I'm a Christian, brother, everything has changed. My life, I can't explain it to you, my brother. Even people say I look different. My attitude is different. Like,
yeah, but remember one thing. The reason we are talking about how corrupt is Islamic countries, because they try always to present to us the nakedness of Europe and etc. Give a freedom, the same freedom of Muslims in Algeria and in Morocco and in Egypt and in Saudi Arabia, and let us see the competition. Who is going to be more in nakedness? They do everything in the world you can imagine. There's nobody in the world is lost as they do. But they speak too good about God, but in fact they are the opposite. The opposite.
You know what? You're so right. And you know what's funny? Where are Muslims most happy? I saw this on a comment on another video once. Yeah, this lovely person put up a comment and they said, where are Muslims happy and where are Muslims not happy? So where Muslims are happy is in the West, Australia, England, America. They're happy, right? Where are Muslims not happy? In their own countries. You see, so they come to the West to destroy the democracy and the love and the peace and unity that we have here, right? They come to destroy that, and back home they're living in a big nightmare, basically. I just think if there's any Muslims listening right now, look, guys, I'm from Iraq and my mother's Lebanese. I've been devout Muslim most of my life. Had a few hiccups. Before I come to Christ, I researched so much. I even saw, when I said to you the other day, I watched other things. It weren't you that I listened to that converted me. I did listen to a few of your videos as well, not remembering, which helps. So it weren't just one person. I listened to you, many other people, debates between, you know, Shabi Ali and many other Christian scholars. And I just want to say to the Muslim, look, guys, come to the truth. Why are you going to risk? You're going to risk your whole life, the afterlife. Because I've got a friend, CP, yeah, and his ministry is stopping people that have died. It's called near death, right? They've died. He's in London. He's a great man. His name's Leon. The Holy Spirit tells him who to stop. And every person that he stops, they've had a near death experience. They've died. Some for 30 minutes, some for 10 minutes, 5 minutes. And when they die, their spirit has actually left their body. And I said, at first when I heard him, I thought, okay, he's got a few videos. But then when I looked and I was with him out, he's got over 400 or 500 people saying the same thing, CP. Like this, when you die, your spirit comes out your body. You know, some people were taken to heaven. Some people found themselves through a tunnel and ended up in hell. And then the Lord came and took them out of hell. And said to them, go back, it's not your time, you know. So this is another thing, like this is another thing.
I don't really like to go in such a details, because I don't know if people are telling truth or not, but I will leave what is to the Lord. Whatever is after death, I will leave it for the Lord. Whatever it is. I don't go by he said, she said. I go what the Lord will do.
CP, I respect what you're saying, but I was thinking like you. But then as it gets to 100, 200, 300 testimonies.
Doesn't matter, my friend. I can bring you now. I can bring you a 1 billion Muslim make a testimony for Muhammad saying he's a prophet.
No, but these are people that have died, bro.
My friend, I understand. I'm not saying they are not telling the truth. I'm not saying that. But I don't want to go in that direction. I go by what my Lord said to me. Anything else is not valid for me.
No, but you know why? Because my friend uses that to wake people up to Satan. He's actually
no problem. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm not saying he is not truthful. I'm saying for me myself, I did not experience it. I did not witness it, and I cannot speak of it. And I will not teach such a thing unless I'm sure.
Yeah.
As simple as that.
You're right. That's true. It's true. I'm not saying that, you know, we should be teaching this, but all it is that, you know, a lot of people do die and come back. And what they've said they've seen Jesus. So even Muslims, there's Muslims on YouTube that have died and come back, and they've said they've seen Jesus and angels worshiping him in heaven and things like that. So this is maybe just another thing for Muslims to research as well, you know, because
I believe that the Lord, he have his way to call people sometime, and it might happen, you know. The Lord, he is all powerful. He speak to me in a way, he speak to you in a way. And it doesn't have to be the same way, you know. He is almighty and he can do whatever he wish. Anyway, my friend, I see somebody trying to call, so I want to say thank you
get in there.
For your call.
Man. Thank you so much for accepting the call. Thank you for talking, and I will say glory to God, our Savior, our Lord Jesus Christ. May he bless you and give you good health, and every single listener. And I just want the Christians to unite. We're not part of any sect. Our sect is to be holy and followers of Christ. Let's pray regularly. Let's fast. Let's help the poor. And let's just, you know, if you can donate to CP right now, if you can afford it. And yeah, God bless, man. Peace, CP, man.
Thank you,
Speak soon, brother.
Take care.
Thanks,
bye,
man.
bye.
Thanks, kid. Bye.
The one who is trying to call, feel free if you are calling me back. You know, sometimes the Muslim, they try to present to you that Christianity is naked women in the beach. The fact, I never saw naked people as much as Muslims. They do everything and anything you can imagine. It's a very corrupt society. One of the things I don't like about the Middle East, that in the Middle East, everybody speak good and do bad. Everybody speak about God. Everybody believe in God. Everybody pray to God. But everybody is corrupt. And the corruption expand not only for Muslims, even those who they are not Muslims, you know, because even those who they are Christians, they learn from Muslims how to be corrupt. So they are so proud about themselves But they do what everybody do. Women, they go and sleep around, have sex, but they don't say to anyone they had sex. The women, she leave in the morning, she going to school, she's wearing the hijab, and she is the Virgin Mary. She go to school, she come back on time, and everything is perfect. And then one day she get married and she's still virgin, everything is good. So how she was having sex? She do it in the wrong location. Or she do a surgery, it's called virgin again. Or she buy a product, it's called virgin again, made in China. It is something she insert in her private part in the wedding night. She act like she is losing her virginity and the blood come out. Very corrupt society. They always speak about Western women, how bad they are, how filthy they are, they sleep around, but you go there, you find it's the same thing and even more. At least in the West, they say what they do. There, they say the opposite and they do the opposite, which means you do not know who is the decent, who is not. For sure, I'm not saying all women there they do that, but I'm saying generally speaking, it's a very corrupt society. The grocery store is corrupt. You cannot even buy a good tomato. You cannot even get good potatoes. The guy in the grocery store, he put for you in the front the good tomatoes, and in the back the bad one. He is behind the counter. So in the front of you, you see very nice tomato. You say to you, how much you want? You say 2 kilograms. You cannot pick them yourself. So he pick up the bad ones. He put them in the bottom of the case, which is a paper you cannot see, and then he put 2 or 3 in the top who they are good. You go home, you find that half of what you bought is going to be thrown in the garbage. In America, they open a grocery store. Always when you buy from a grocery store owned by Middle Eastern like me, you have to be careful. Look next to the cashier machine. If you find a cigarette box, if you find matches, if you find, be careful, he will not add it. What they do, many of them, they put next to the cashier machine, let us say a box of cigarette, and then you go and you pay for your grocery and you leave. Now many of people, they don't, when they buy, they don't check what they paid for. If you check, you might find that he charged you for Marlboro cigarette, but you did not buy Marlboro. You go back, you say, hey, you charged me for this. You say, oh look, you see it's here, I thought this is for you, I was going to call you. And then he take it off. The same box of cigarettes, he charged it for the 1,000 customer before you. His beard will be long. He's a person of religion. He's a decent man, but yet he scam everybody in his way. Now for sure not everybody do that, but you have to be careful from such a scam. So we witness hypocrisy always. This is why actually I respect Western more, because even when they do what we call it bad, at least they don't hide it. In the Middle East, we do the bad things but under the cover. So we wear burqa, we praise God, and we have sex under the table. You know what I mean? They are holy under the sun, they are hookers under the table. There is a Canadian woman, she converted to Islam. I don't know how many of you have the video. If somebody have the video, post it. Her name is Foxy. A crazy woman. She converted to Islam. She is Canadian. And then she got upset. She made a video about a virgin, to be virgin. And then she said those Muslim women, they are not virgin. They sleep with everybody. So they are insulting her because she's Canadian. She is not virgin. You know, she slept with many guys before. But she's saying, in fact, they slept with everybody in town. But yet they are virgin. How they are virgin? They are doing it in the wrong location. I don't know if any of you have the video. Yeah. But be careful, she speaks a very dirty language. So she converted to Islam and she is exposing the Muslims, Muslim women, how they are accusing her not to be a virgin when none of them is a virgin. So this is a virgin society, but nobody in the virgin society is a virgin. It's a corrupt society. They speak too much about being good and being virgins and being decent. You know, you go and they like they say to you, a priest, he molests children. Muhammad himself is a child molester. A molest priest, a priest who molests children, he will go to hell. And even in jail in America, a child molester, mostly he get killed inside the jail, because even criminals, they will not have mercy on him. Even criminals, they will not let him go through. Your prophet himself is a child molester. Anyway, we don't want to judge a religion just by people, because there is people bad and good everywhere. Let us judge a religion by the founder. Was Muhammad a child molester? Yes. Was he a rapist? Yes. Was he adulterous? Yes. And he was proud about it, and he claimed that God gave him permission. So we are not going to judge Islam by someone he's a Muslim and he is a rapist. No, this is not a scenario. We judge Islam by Muhammad himself. Was he a good man? I challenge any Muslim to say to me he was a good man. And I will show you from their own books how bad Muhammad was. Actually, I found an old video, but this is not really the whole video. I wish I can find the old video, but let me pause this video for you. This is a very old video of mine. Somebody have it, so I will pause it for you. You know, by the way, the first when I started making videos, I used to use a camera to capture my computer screen. I remember I used to have a very old computer, and I bought a camera. I bought a computer camera just to record my screen. And those videos are the first to be shown in the Iranian government TV. They made a study of what is called Islamophobia. And the Iranian TV choose my video from all the internet. This is the video about this woman I told you about, but this is not the one I want really. But she is talking there. Let us see. Yeah, I don't know if I can find it. Anyway, so they you will notice there the video I have is very old, because I was recording the screen and by using a camcorder. Not like now, you know, technology a lot better, computers are a lot better. I remember to go in the internet, I have to like dial 1,000 times. Sometimes DSL doesn't work, sometimes it's stuck, sometimes it was horrible. And if you want to load a video, it take you forever too. I know. Maybe I will not be able to find it. I know. Anyway. Let us see. Iranian. Yeah. It's hard to find any video of mine anymore because it's too many. Do we have any Muslim would like to call us? Any Muslim would like to call us? How long did it take you to learn how to use the internet? I don't know. I mean, I remember first time I turned the computer on, I did not know how to turn it off. I hit the bomb, it turned on, and then I hit the same bomb again. I thought it's the same as the electricity switch, you know, you hit it up again and the computer will go off, but this stupid computer is not going off. So I hit it again, it's still not going off. This is how I start learning about computer. And I said to myself, this is something wrong with this computer. I bought this computer for a lot of money for this is stupid. It's not even turning off, man. You know, like what? Because you know, like this is the way we know how electricity work, right? They have a switch, you hit it here and it turn on, and then you turn it off, you hit the same switch off, and it's not turning off. So what I did, I just unblock it. All right. Okay. Do we have any Abdul? Any Abdul would like to call us? You know, first time I joined university, and when I like attended the class, first class, I was late. I was late like to attend the school, which means I was late in registration, etc. So the professor, he said, you better find a group and join them. Okay, I said sure. So after he finished, I have a girl next to me, sitting next to me. I do not know anyone in the student yet. So I said to her with my funny English, I want to be with you. And then she said to me, I am a lesbian. I said, okay, nice to meet you. Second day in the morning, I saw her in the cafeteria, and she was on the other side of the room. I said, hey, lesbian, how are you? She came to me like crazy. She said, what you are saying that to me? I said, what? She said, what you are saying to me, hi, lesbian? Said, what's wrong with that? Isn't this your name? She said, what? I said, well, yesterday I told you I want to be with you. I was talking about being in the group, you know. So she thought I'm asking her for a date. So, and you said to me, I'm lesbian. Isn't this is your name? She said, what? Oh boy. Hey, lesbian, how are you? What a stupid idiot. I'm just asking you, the professor in front of you, he said you need to join a group. And I said to her, I want to be with you. She said to me, I'm lesbian. I mean, who is stupid here? So second day, I gave her a shower. Any lesbian here? Anyone? Any two? Yeah, that's why I said to her, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. She did not get it. Star Moon, how are you, Star Moon? Are you a Muslim, my friend? Are you a Muslim? Any Abdul? Yeah, actually, English is very funny. Especially, you know, if you carry two languages, and sometimes some words, they have totally opposite meaning. Any Abdul? No one? Today, not even one Abdul. You believe it? Look like broadcasting earlier is better to get Abdul calling. I think we can get Abdul from the Middle East. Here now, only from America. Star Moon, I want you to deliver a message for this guy Ramazan, my friend. Tell Ramazan tomorrow I will make a video, and he better get his ass ready, because I will spank him so hard and I will make it red. Can you please deliver the message? tomorrow, not next week, brother. Tell your friend Ramazan. Very hard. He made a mistake by, they added subtitle to their video in German. Before, I do not know what they are saying about me, but now they have a subtitle for their video, which will make it fun to get them busted. Yeah, Ramazan. And Abdul, and the coward, he don't even dare to call me. He don't dare to call me. As long you can expose a Christian Prince, and Christian Prince is a liar. He was saying in his video, Christian Prince, he spread bacteria. We will see tomorrow. We will see if he refuted me. Don't forget to watch my video tomorrow. So we will laugh. Yeah. And Abdul, do you ever want to talk to Imam Tawhidi? Imam Tawhidi will never get close to me. Imam Tawhidi is a taqiyya man. He's a hypocrite, liar. And Abdul, no. All right, guys, look like we are done for today. No more Abdul here, and I hope we learned something good for today, and I hope tomorrow we will do better. Tomorrow I will do broadcast maybe in the other account, Christian Prince. If somebody have the account, please post the link if somebody have it. See. Okay, if you go to this account, please, you can subscribe to this account. This is an account I use. This is a second account. Please go here and don't forget to subscribe. Tomorrow I will do mostly live broadcasts using this account. I might use Arabian Prophet too tomorrow, but there are certain videos I try to use them there. Those videos, if I'm using a material of different person, because they flag me, so I use other accounts. Just open that account. Okay, Star, don't talk about gays, my friend. Your prophet, he pissed like a woman, and he received Quran in the clothes of a woman, and he put eyeliner 3 times a day. So if you are against gays, I mean, how you follow Muhammad, my friend? All right, Abdul, as long you hate gays, isn't it your prophet, he put makeup every day 3 times a day on his eyes? He want to be pretty, and he wear his wifey clothes, and he pissed like a woman, and he kiss men down their belly. Let me see who's calling me. Call me please only if you are a Muslim. Any Muslim? Mayday, any Abdul? All right, look like we are out of them. All right, guys, thank you for being here. May the Lord bless you, and until we see you tomorrow again. Christ is Lord, and Islam is false, made by a false man for the silly one. If you are a silly, wait for the God who provide you versions, big version, big private parts, brother. And as you know, Allah is Akbar, which means Allah is bigger, and size does matter in this cult. Everything in this cult is about size, not about fruits. Thank you very much, and see you soon again. Take care. Bye-bye.